Hey everyone and anyone, it's me again with another solo battle report because unfortunately the UK is still in lockdown and we are still having to stay at home alone. It's really boring. But once again, I'm going to do another solo battle report because I haven't had a game in months at this point in time and I really want to try out my new terrain here. Now, I won't be turning on all the lights, and if you have seen the water effect one I've got, I won't be using that today because it's not quite painted yet and I wanted just painted stuff today. But I will be having a bit of a play around with this because just look at all this. Look at all the angles. Look at all the stuff that's going to be happening. I've also got trees. Look how busy I've been. I've been super busy. This is such a good table. It deserves to be played on. And unfortunately, it's seemingly only me, so it's going to be a solo game again today. Right then, what we're going to do, and as always, it's going to be Space Marine Space Marines because my Tau are not yet painted. I've really lost momentum in my painting, I've got to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I've put a lot of effort into actually just table making. I change up every once in a while. I get bored of doing something for a long time and I'll switch it up for a while. Okay, so what are we going to do today? We're going to do another 2,000 point match as usual. I usually play. It's going to be Iron Hands base tactics versus Raven Guard base tactics, and I've built both the lists around sort of an Iron Hand theme and a Raven Guard theme. So let's have a look at the board and what we're going to do today. Right, Warhog Battle Report. So it's 2,000 points, Space Marines. We're playing the mission Frontline Warfare. So the objectives are going to be controlling the objective markers. So it's 5 victory points per marker, maximum 15 victory points. And that is after the first turn, so you can't get the score of that in the first time. Secondary, so my jungle race, aka the Raven Guard, are going to do Bring It Down, which basically means destroy vehicles. First Strike, the one I'm always gunning for, basically destroy something in the first round. 3 for every, if you kill more units, I think. And we've got Repair Teleporter, basically doing something in the enemy's deployment zone. And then we've got the Iron Ghost, who are playing the Iron Hands, so that's what I call the Iron. Yeah, anyway. So Slay the Warlord, so kill the big boss, 6 victory points. While we stand, we fight, so 5 victory points for each 3 of the highest points units. I'll point those out later. And Domination, which is 3 victory points if I own over 3 or more objectives. So here's a crude variation of the map. So we've got the Jungle Racer coming in on the jungle side, and we have the Iron Ghost coming in from the rockier region. We have 6 main structures, and we can see the red dots are where the markers are, the objective markers, but I'll show you that in real time as well. We've got some natural cover, some buildings, so there's going to be some sort of cover, but I'm basically going to call that as and when those situations arise. And a little scoreboard. So, yep, that's basically, I expect about 6 turns. Yeah, that's pretty much all of it. So let's have a look at the board then. So, let's have a bit of a shout out then, firstly. So, I have a laser cutter that I have access to, and I'm really fortunate that I do have access to it. So, thank you to everybody who's taught me how to use it and let me use it. But what is this? I certainly didn't design this stuff myself, and it certainly wasn't inbuilt into the laser cutter. I've been to a place called Thingiverse, where a lot of 3D files and laser cut files and just general buildy stuff can be found, and there's a lot of hobby stuff in there. And this was done by a person called Bilbo Stomper, I believe they're called. I'm not sure what their real name is. I will put the details up. But they put these files on there, and I have graciously... no, sorry, not graciously, gratuitously have printed these. So I wanted to keep the same theme, so I wanted some sort of, it feels like Necromunda slash sort of, you know, I wanted the industrial region, so I kept the theme all together, so I didn't want to start printing other buildings at this point in time. I stuck with the same person and similar style, because they do other stuff as well, but I'll probably end up printing that in the future anyway. But these are really great. They're all made from 3mm MDF. They all snap together. I basically bought some thing called Rust from Green Stuff World, and the effects are pretty good. I mean, I'm not the greatest terrain painter in the world by any accounts, but it'll do. It looks like it's going to do it. I haven't nearly finished. I want to do some water puddles. I want to do some more blood. As you see, I've sort of gone loose with the special effects blood as well. I see that all over the map. Yeah, it's really quite... yeah, it's quite good. And that was that's Nuln oil. You just drip from a fire, and it's gone really sort of it's gone all crackly. It's quite cool. But yeah, this is the map then. I suppose I should show you where the objective markers are. So we've got one deployment zone, which essentially is this side. There we go. And then we have the other on this side. So we've got plenty of trees and cover to start us off with in both sides, and there's plenty of rocks and terrain to hide in this side as well. But this is where the main event will be happening. We got one objective marker straight there. I am going to build some sort of console or something else, but just for today, I'm going to stick with the markers. There's each one in each deployment zone. There's one there, and there's one there, both on those ramps which surround the building, which I'm very happy about. I was quite pleased with these. We had these tiles, but I had this gap I didn't like the gap, so I got a bit of 6mm MDF, and we put it through the table saw, and now it's nice and flush, as you can see. Pretty cool. And the other one is pretty much, it's all parallel here, and there's going to be one there too. So that is the map, that's the mission. I suppose we should have a look at the team, shouldn't we? Like I said, it's going to be a solo match today, yada yada, yeah, that's pretty much everything. Okay everyone, next time we'll see, I think we're going to have a look at the Raven Guard first. Here we are with the Raven Guard lot then. So this is going to be my Jungle Wraiths Space Marine region, and they're going to be playing as Raven Guard tactics. So that means lots of sneaking around, lots of basically keeping a lot of distance, so you can't so you get minuses to hit and pluses ones to save. This is a battalion attachment of 1,992 points. I couldn't find the 8 points anywhere else because there's lots of Primaris in here, and they do not have as many add-ons as Astartes. I don't know what the actual difference is between the two. That's what I'm going to call them. So what have we got? Say a battalion. So there is 2 HQ and 3 troop choices, I think. And then you get 3 of each in the other one. So we'll go for each one of those. What have we got then? We've got an operative sanction, so I already spent 2 command points, and that is on this chap, which is my Vindicator Assassin. I figured if I'm going to bring a sniper force, I figured I'd bring the best sniper in 40k. I could be mistaken, but from what I heard, he's pretty much the best. So we've got to go for the HQ then. We got the Warlord. So this is a Warlord. This is going to be my Phobos captain. The Warlord trait is going to be trait. Yeah, trait is Marksman's Honor. So let's add 1 damage to that bolt gun of theirs. And they're going to have the relic is going to be the Ghostweed Cloak, which is -1 to hit or takes 1 off the wound roll, something like that. So essentially, it's like a ghost for this one. So that's pretty cool. We're going to get some more HQ then. So we've got a Phobos Librarian. So this thing's rocking Smite as always, and I've given them Shrouding and Soul Sight. So that sort of buffs for Phobos only troops. So you're going to see a lot of Phobos in this list. What else we got? We've got a Lieutenant as well. Lieutenant is in Phobos armor as well, and I've given him a Warlord trait of, I believe it's target priority. So he's adding 1s to Phobos troops in the shooting phase. That's pretty cool. That's my HQ. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 combat squads of infiltrators. Each one's got a comms unit, which essentially means as long as the lieutenant here and the Phobos captain here are on the board, they can reroll 1s for wounds and hits. That's pretty cool. What else we got? We'll move on to the elites then. So these are now elites. So we've got Scout Squad 1 and we've got Scout Squad 2. They've got exactly the same layout. They've got a rocket launcher, 4 sniper rifles, and camo cloaks, plus the sergeant has a power sword, which is all good. We've got any more elites? Yes, we do. We've got the Invictus Tactical Warsuit with the Incendium Cannon this time. Since it's a Phobos, you're going to put it up front, so you might as well have some close and dirty weapons to go with that. Fast attack options, we've got the ATV with the multi-melter. I haven't got much tank bustery stuff, so I figured I'd give them anti-tank. Along with the Typhoon, that's anti-tank as well. We've got a Typhoon missile launcher, and we've got a multi-melter on it as well. We've got 2 squads of Eliminate as well. We've got the Bolt Sniper ones, and we've got the Las Fusel ones. Anything else? Yeah, one more thing. We have the Interceptor, probably the toughest thing on my force. In fact, it is the toughest thing on my force, with the Las Fusel and Typhoon missile launcher as well. That will make up my Raven Guard battalion. Right then, that's the stealthy lot. Let's have a look at the armoured up lot. And they're very armoured opponents. This is my, again, jungle race, but they're going to be playing as Iron Hands in this variation of the battle, because I wanted to try out 2 different chapter tactics, so I figured I would stock the Iron Hands with plenty of armour, and also there's a Tech Marine in there. Let's have a look then what we got. We got 2,000 points on the nose, so that's exactly what they are asked for on the list. It's another battalion because I've got 2 HQ and 3 troop options, and then I haven't gone over anywhere else. I paid 1 CP for something called Bequeathed by the Iron Council, which is an Iron Hands specific tactic, which basically gives me an Iron Hands specific relic. The Warlord today is going to be the Gravis armoured captain there. No real extra stuff. We're given the Angel Artifice armour as the relic, and what else we got? He's going to have a trait. The trait is, yeah, the flesh is weak. So this is, instead of a 6+ shrug, which everybody has, this gives this particular model a 5+ shrug. and there's a stratagem later on which can even give it a 4+ stroke. That's pretty good. So this is basically a sponge. Pretty good. So because it's a chapter master, you can actually have another captain, which is really strange. So I've got another captain. So there's a captain on a bike with a melter gun and a thunder hammer. That's pretty much it. So all captains come with an iron halo, so 4+ save, yada yada yada. It's going to be leading my bikers essentially. And we've got a tech marine because we're iron hands and we're going to need to repair all our vehicles because they're going to be very prime and choice targets. So I believe I've given this one the forge master, so essentially it's extra repairs and extra just goodness for that one. And I believe I've given him, even though you can't see it, he's got a hammer in there and he's got a combi melter as well. Lots of melter guns in this squad. Right then, let's look at what troops are running with. We got a standard 5-man tactical melter squad, yeah, so we've got a combi melter on the sergeant with a chain sword, and we've got a melter gun there with that on that back. They're all the beakies, so there's my beaky crew. We also have a 1 intercessor squad, and these are all decked out with the heavy stalker, well, the stalker bolt rifle. So that's strength 4, -2, 2 damage, so that's pretty cool. So it's -3 in the first phase. It is a heavy weapon, so I'm going to have to move them into position in Devastator Doctrine and then basically plant them somewhere. Same again. They also have an auxiliary grenade launcher as well, just in case any vehicles get too close. Right in, and just behind them we have 2 squads of biker. Well, it's a 10-man squad, but I'm splitting into combat squads. So this is 1 combat squad. So this can contain the sergeant who has has the thunder hammer. We've got 2 melter guns, and we've got the attack bike with a heavy bolter as well. So that's 1 combat squad. And there's 5 here which have chain swords, so that's because they're going to be buzzing around independently doing what they do. We got aggressors. Aggressors, you can't go anywhere without aggressors. These are big tough troops to soak up damage, and today I've actually given them some transport. They're going to be going around in the Repulsor Executioner because that thing can take 6 infantry or 3 in Gravis armor, so that's my 3. Unfortunately I can't fit the captain in there, but we'll just figure that out as we go. We also got 2 venerable dreadnoughts, the twins. The twins have joined me. Now, I was going to give them different weapons, but I haven't painted them yet. So we've got 2 heavy plasma guns, heavy plasma cannons, and 2 there's flamethrowers. They got heavy flamers underneath their fists as well. That's pretty cute. And last but certainly not least is the Predator Annihilator. The Annihilator because it's got the twin las and it's got 2 heavy bolters. And I believe I gave it all the trimmings along with the Repulsor Executioner. Why bring this thing if you're not going to give it every gun available to it? Okay, that is both the forces then. You've seen the overview of the match. I've told you what's going on in the match. I guess I'm going to roll off now, see who's going to put down first. Essentially, I'll come back to you when we're on first round 1, or turn 1, you know what I mean. See you in a bit. That's deployment then. It's very aggressive deployment. Let's have a look at how everybody's set up then. So on this side, we had the Iron Hands, and on this side, we had the Raven Guard, essentially. So let's see how they established their positioning in the battlefield. Now, most of the Raven Guard had the keyword Phobos, which essentially gives them infiltrator options, so it basically means they can sit up front quite quickly. So they did that then. So we've got an infiltrator squad sat straight on the objective there, and there's also one, I'll go over there in a second. So we've got 1 squad here, and they've also backed up with a scout squad who have taken position over here. And behind here we have the Phobos Warsuit, it's not Phobos Warsuit, but the Tactical Invictus Warsuit, which can also come up a bit closer. It's not too far actually behind, it's in deployment zone, but I don't want to get shot off the table if they didn't win their round 1, because there is a bit of a tank there. Also there, we've got the land speeder that's going to be acting as sort of the fast attack around this car, sort of flanking anyone who might get around here. Let's go to the buildings then. So the buildings are riddled with Raven Guard. We've got some infiltrators on the first floor. No one on the second floor, but we have the Lieutenant in Phobos armor and the Las Fusel Eliminators on the top floor, being able to get a commanding view of everything up there. So that's pretty good positioning for snipers. Anyone else in the middle? That is it from the middle. Okay. What else we got? So we've got some more snipers. So we've got snipers here. They're going to be looking down on that little bundle of joy over there. We've also got we've got the captain join them, and we've got the scouts there as well. And behind the actual building itself is the ATV. Now it didn't have the infiltration keyword, so that's why it's not right up against the building. It has to be slightly in its deployment zone. Right, I believe that's. Oh, and we've got the librarian just sitting there as well, because we've got a Phobos troop I want to buff up as well. Plus, it looks like there could be some smite raining down on these guys. Now that's most of the positioning then. We do have some in reserve. What have we got? We have the interceptors in reserve, and the assassin hasn't quite made made an appearance yet. So we'll wait to see how see how it develops. So I think they can come in round 2 then. So we'll see them a bit later. Okay, that is that little lot. Let's have a look how the Iron Hands sort of set down. So they decided to cover their entire front line, really. So we have the Tactical Squad and we have the Chainsword Biker Squad, along with the Captain with the Melter Gun, Combi Melter, and the Thunder Hammer. They're taking the right flank. Then they're sort of backed up almost by the Repulsor. Inside the Repulsors, the 3 aggressors, because they're quite a slow-moving troop, and I want them up front, so we pop them in there. So as long as that doesn't blow up too quickly, they should be able to get to the middle of the map. These intercessors are on the objective. They'll probably stay there for the majority of the game, and they've got a good commanding view of what happens underneath all the buildings here. Okay, what else we got? So this is a very big bundle here. So we've got the twins there, and they've got the Tech Marine, and they've got their Chapter Master there as well. They've also got another Intercessor Squad, along with the Predator Tank and the Melter, essentially, and the Heavy Bolters. So there's quite a lot of punch on this side. It's quite a lot of punch, all the Iron Hands. That be it then, ladies and gentlemen. We've got everybody in their position. We just got to find out who goes first. Then, yeah, we'll sign out. So I'm going to do green to be the Raven Guard and black to be the Iron Hands. So let's have a look. That is Raven Guard is going to be doing turn 1. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to do some moving, going to do some measuring, and I guess I'll come back to you when I've figured out things. Okay, see you in a bit. So a pretty easy movement phase there. We had the Land Speeder came out of cover and essentially take position to attack the Repulsor Executioner. The Warsuit didn't want to take on the Repulsor Executioner, so it's still keeping its back to this wall, so that tank cannot see it. That was all the movement on this side. And then we just had the ATV came around to get a good position at that tank. And the Librarian was slightly out of range, so he moved up so he can smite. So speaking of the Librarian, we're going to do some psychicness. This is my Raven Guard, so this is a green dice. Right then, we got some smite then. So smite will be manifesting on a 5, and I did the measuring up, and the closest unit is going to be the Intercessors. Now, these guys everyone gets a 5-up shrug, 6-up shrug on this one. I could pay to give them an extra one, but it's literally the first turn of the match, so I'm not willing to drop some command points just yet. So we're going to do the smite from the Librarian, smiting on 5s. Oops. That's a drop dice. That's a 6, that's a smite, so that's D3, D3 more wounds. And that's, is that D3? Yes, that's 2. So that's 1 dead Intercessor. Brilliant, that's a good start. Okay, and before we get rid of them, we'll get to do the Shrouding. Now, I believe Shrouding is an 8, warp charge of 6. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're going to use this Psyker to shroud these eliminators. Essentially, they don't want to become targets, and you can only do it for, what should I do for these guys? No, because they are the closest target. Because essentially this thing says you can't target them unless they are the most close target. They are obviously the closest target to everybody else there, so that's no point. So let's just save these guys. And so this is going to be on a 6. And that's a pass. Brilliant. So they are now shrouded. They cannot be eligible for ranged attacks now. Fantastic. Right then, I'm going to decide where I'm going to do some shooting. Oh, and I've got a dead Intercessor to get rid of. Brilliant. Okay, first blood. What did I say? What did I say about shrugs? They had shrugs. I've got 2 shrugs, so I'm shrugging on 6. No, he still did. Okay, goodbye, Intercessor. Righty-ho. I've done all the measuring. I've done all the thinking, and I've done all the looking. There is obviously a lot of line of sight issues with having this complex. So, firstly, to start off, if anybody's outside the complex and is shooting through the complex to the other side, that's already a -1 to hit because you've got to shoot through so much obstacles. So, but if you're on the inside shooting into there, that's fine, and if you're on the outside shooting in, that's fine. Okay, so apart from that, obviously there's loads and loads of, you can tell there's loads of structural sort of stuff. So you can kind of get a shot on some people and some can't. So obviously that means getting behind every single trooper and making sure you can line up for the shot. So what I'm going to say is if over 50% of the squad can see the target they want to shoot at, I'm going to call that a line of sight, because they'll obviously just, you know, they're not going to be stationary in those positions, they're not all stuck there like statues, they're going to sort of shift around in those positions. So, we're going to work on that sort of procedure, and we're just going to work all the way down the table. Right then, this is the Raven Guard, so one of their secondary objectives is to do first strike, which means to kill more units, essentially, than the other side in the first round. That would mean they get 8 victory points. But if they just straight up kill 1 unit, I think they get 5 victory points. I'll double check that. But we need to kill some people then. So let's see what we can kill people with. Not much I can do with this guy. He's got a lot of close range stuff, but he does have the heavy bolter, and those 2 giant nipples on the front of him is a twin iron hail cannon. So I can get some shots off with the heavy bolter and those, and they're going to be going into the bikers there. That is a captain, but obviously he's within his range of his crew, so these guys will be taking the shots. No, that's not done right. So let's have a look at that then. Okay, we're going to do the Iron Hail first. It's going to be 8 shots, strength forward, going against toughness 5. So first, let's go and try and hit them. So this is going to be on 3s. So not many there. Oh, actually, no, it's fine. So this is 6 there. So this is going to be wounding on 5s this time. There we go, that's the rubbish one. So 1 wound, so this is -1. We are in heavy doctrine, so this is -2. So they get a 3 up save, so this is going to be 5s. And that's a fail, so that's going to be down to 2 wounds, I believe. Yeah, so this is down to 2 wounds apiece because they're 3 wounds now. Cool. Okay, that's relatively successful. Let's have 3 shots from the heavy bolter then. All hits, fantastic. Strength 5, toughness 5, force the wound, all but 1. So this is damage 2, -2. So this is 5s again. Oh, both saves. There you go. Bikers, that's pretty good for the bikers. So they're okay. So that is you done, my friend. Okay, till another day. Let's go on to the snipers then. So the snipers can't see any, can they see? Yeah, actually, the snipers can see the captain. So the captain is going to be taking shots at, but the missile launcher there is going to go into the Repulsor Executioner because this is going to be a marathon taking this thing out. So I think I should start now, and hopefully by maybe the end of the turn, this might be a smouldering heap of slag. I'm sure that's the right word. We were watching some melting metal thing today, and we didn't know if it was slag or I don't know. Yeah, but essentially a big molten pile of metal. Okay, so we'll do the 4 snipers. Snipers hitting the captain on 3s. So that's yeah, that's 3 hits. So 6s are mortal wounds, but this is going to be wounding on 5s. So 1 hit, so that's -2. So the captain gets a 4 up Iron Halo save. And that is 1 off the captain. So I think captains get 6. I'll double check this, but he's essentially, I'm going to give him 5 for the time being. And I'll double check that. Well done, sniper. 1 shot. Not bad on the captain in the first round. Okay, are we adding more dice to this? No, I think that's the bikers done for now. They're okay now. They can breathe a sigh of relief. Missile launcher then. It's obviously going to be a crack missile. It's going to be strength 8 -2, and it's d6 damage. So, 3s, I guess. That's a hit. So it's going to be 4s, and that's a fail. Do I want to pay? No, not just yet. That's fine. So we've got the multi-melter on this one. Multi-melter is going into the target there, and I believe my land speeder can also see. Can we see anyone? What do you reckon, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think you can see that. So I think everything's going to go into the executioner. Okay, fair enough. I've got to play fair by myself. So let's do the 3 heavy bolters because I doubt there's going to be much fun to have for them. Alright, that's 2 hits. Okay, 5? Hang on, what am I doing? I haven't got a heavy bolter. What am I talking about? It's time for missile launcher. Scratch that, sorry. 2 crack missiles then, so hitting on 3s. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for messing around. Okay, and 2 multi-melter shots. Okay, come on. This is the ones that can't really count. There we go. 2 hits from the multi-melter. That's what we wanted. This is strength 5. 8. Yeah, 8 versus 8. So 4s. Come on, 4s. 1. I'll take that. All right. So that is -5. So there's no save. So it's d6 damage. And I'll look up the rules because I'm sure they've got a rule. The big 6. Marvelous. That's 6 off that one. I've got to put some wounds on these things now. Fantastic. That was a good start. Yeah, and I'll see if there's any extra, and I'll double check the captain. Right. Back in a sec. I keep forgetting their iron hands, so they get to shrug some of these. So let's shrug some. So this guy then. So shrugging on a 6. Doesn't shrug, keeps the wound. We took, was it 1 wound off that one? So shrugging on a 6. Shrugs! So we get rid of that one. Well done, Captain. And that was 6 wounds on that one, so we get 6 dice, and we shrug on 6s. 7. Okay, cool. Okay, shrugging on 6s. So he takes 5 wounds, but I just got to double check one multi-melter. That's much better. Must remember all these things. Right then, that's all done. Right, we've got one squad and two squads of infiltrators who both stood still in the previous round, so they can rapid fire their carbines. So these are hits on 6, automatically wound, and also they can reroll 1s for wounds and hits because their lieutenant is a Phobos lieutenant, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so we're going to do these 5 are going to attack this intercessor squad here. So this is going to be hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Oh, brilliant! All but 1. Okay, so all these 6s then are automatic wounds, so that's pretty ruddy good. And so that one, so we're wounding on 4s. And re-rolling that one. Okay, so that's fortunately got all those. So this is going to be -1. No, it's still standard bolt gun, so this is going to be 3 saves. Oh dear, so they got 1, 2, that's 2 dead Space Marines. So 2 dead intercessors, fantastic. Okay, so we'll remove those for casualties, and we'll get a better filming position for those guys. Shrug, shrug, I keep forgetting to that I can shrug now. So look, one of these 6s. So 1 survives, so 1's dead with 1 wound remaining. Cool. The problem with having so much terrain is that it's actually quite hard to get all your cameras in, but it's still quite fun. Right, I've got 5 infiltrators here, and they can see that tech. Oh dear, I've just cut my war suit in half. Sorry, bud. Right, so we got 5 infiltrators shooting down, and they can see this tactical squad. So this is going to be 10 rapid fire shots. Have I got 10 there? I've got 9 there. Sorry, everyone. And so hitting on 3s, wounding automatically on 6s, and rerolling 1s. Look at those 6s again. Way. Really cool. So all of those are a hit. I've just got to wound them now. So this is going to be wounding on 4s. That's every single one's a wound. Fantastic. I might actually get rid of them. So this is our saves on 3. So we got 1 dead, 1.5 dead. That's pretty good. That was pretty, yeah, infiltrators they're a tricky bunch. The Helix Adept obviously makes them very, very good because you can basically absorb 1 shot with it. But I like the comms one because of the re-rolls, and you don't need to be anywhere near your lieutenants and things. But you do need to Phobos, and you can't chapter master them. There are some drawbacks, but for a Raven Guard army, yeah, having Phobos and infiltrators is really quite handy. So yeah, we got 1 dead tactical trooper and 1 with a wound, and that is pretty much the side of the board. So we'll go next to the Las Fusels, and they're going to pick their target, and their lieutenant there is going to give them a hand. Let's see if the Eliminators can live up to their name. Now, we're still really gunning for the, what's it called, first strike. But I'm also going to try and take it down as well. So it'd be quite nice to bring down one of the more faster moving heavy units they've got. Because obviously they've got the Repulsor Executioner is quite heavy. But I know that's going to be a while to get rid of that one. They also have the Predator tank there. And they've got 2 Dreadnoughts. The Dreadnoughts are a lot slower than them. A lot more dangerous, in my opinion. But that Predator can move around pretty quickly. So because I've got what's his face, the lieutenant there, he's got target priority. Now these guys are hitting on 2s as standard anyway, so essentially they can't miss. I don't see how, but yeah, I think even if I roll 1s, I'll consider that a miss. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And obviously near the lieutenant, they can re-roll their wound rolls of 1. Right then, let's see how that goes then. We've got 3 Las Fusels then. These are strength 9, -3, but -4 now because we're in heavy doctrine. And these are, I think they're 3 damage apiece. They're not rolling a 6. That's standard 3 damage. Where should I do this? Should I do this? See, there's quite a lot of, I've got loads of foliage here. Right then, let's do it here in the brush. So I'm hitting on, well, I'm hitting. So oh, hello. So what am I going to do? I just said now that I was going to not do that. Because it's add 1, isn't it? So I suppose that is, yeah, that's automatically wounding. Because I add 1 to it. Yeah. Your opinions, but I'm going to take it because it is, the rules do say with target to priority that you can +1 to anyone's hit rolls. These guys are hitting on 2s. There's nothing in the way, so that makes them 2s, and that's a hit. Yeah. Okay, I'm going with it. Hopefully they'll fail the wounds. I don't know. I'll make me feel better. So these are strength 9 versus toughness 8. So this is wounding on 3s and re-rolling 1s. There we go. 1 didn't go through. That's fine. So this is -4, so there's no save. So that's just 6 damage in. So because it's Iron Hands, it gets to shrug those 6 wounds. So let's try shrugging them. Shrug, my friend, shrug. 2 shrugs, not bad. So that's only 4 off the Predator there. Cool. I'm happy with that. I think I can sleep tonight with those results. Right, I'm going to knock those wounds off, and actually, no, we might as well do the ATV while we're here, because we're already down. So let me just put a dice down. He's already down, what was it? 4. Down 4. Okay, so we got, I guess I'm going to shoot these, let's just do the big Mama Jammer, the melter, into that. Let's try and slag it. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. 1 hit. So this is strength 8, toughness 7? Yeah, toughness 7. So this is 3s. That's a wound. -4, no save. So D6. It's not within half range, so it's D6 only. And it's 1, so that's 5. And shrug on a 6. Shrugs, so no damage. Okay, cool. See, that's what happens when you play the game correctly. I'm going to do a little bit of looking because I know this guy's got 6 more shots, and then I've got this little troop to do. Got these snipers, and I've got some infiltrators as well. Okay, BRB, right back, my friends. So, if I've got any chance of getting the first shot, I've really got to take down these units. So, basically, I'm going to start aiming at the squishier stuff at the moment now. So, I've got 6 shots from the assault, what do you call it, assault rifles? Auto-bolt rifles? Essentially 6 shots with bolt gun ammunition. So, we're aiming at this intercessor squad. So, we've already taken 1 off. Let's see if we can try and chip away at the rest of them. So, we've got it hitting on 3s, and I'm not in range of any rerolls. Winding on 4s, so 4 hits. All but 1, and this is 3 up save. All save. Okay, so nothing from the bite then. So we've got a squad of these 10 infiltrators. So the infiltrators can also see them as well, so they're going to open fire on them. That's 10 shots on these, I believe. Sorry, everybody, I'm going to try and keep my hat in a decent position while I'm doing all this. There we go. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. Yeah, same rules as the infiltrators for everybody. So I can reroll the 1s, and 6 is automatically wound. Okay, what have we got? So 1 auto wound and 1 miss. And we're wounding on 4s, I think. Blah, blah, blah. That's not correct, but I can reroll those 2 1s. Okay, so those are the wounds we got through. This is still just dash, so this is 3 up saves. So that's 1 wound off them, and we're going to shrug on a 6. So that's 1 wound off the intercessor, sorry. Cool. Well, this is usually going to transhuman physiology, but they've only got bolt guns, so a lot of this is going to be winning on 4. So that would be a waste of a command point. No, hold tight, guys. What else we got? We got some. Let's do the snipers then. So the snipers and the rocket launcher is going to go into it. So it's 4 sniper rifles and hitting on 3s. And can I reroll 1s? Yes, because I've got a captain right there. So rerolling 1. So 4, so that's got 4 hits. So wounds on 6 is a mortal wound, but we're wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, no, yeah, that's that. So this is going to be -2 because it's sniper is -1, I believe. Yeah, and that's another 2 wounds. So that is 1 dead and 1 down. A wound. Well done, scouts. So we're going to go with probably a crack missile, really. Just to what else have we got there? What have we got left? I've got 3 snipers. I've got the captain, and I've got. Well, he's got nothing really, and I've got the rocket launcher. 3 left. Well, 2.5 left there. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to go. Okay. So should I do frag? No, I should do crack. Should I get more hits? But then again, I'll probably only get 1, won't I? Yeah, let's do a crack missile. So at least it'll hopefully guaranteed. No, but there's only 1 left, so that'll be a waste, really. Right, I'm gonna have a quick think. Okay, so this is doable, but it's going to be difficult. So these snipers are going to take shots at the intercessors again. So they're going to be hitting on 2s and they're re-rolling 1s because they're near the captain. Thank God they got the captain near there. Ugh, 2 shots. Okay, so this is 4s on this one, I believe. 4s or 5s? Checking the round ammunition type. 5, so this is going to be winning on 3s. Fantastic. 2 wounds. So this is -3, so this will be 6 up saves. 2 failed saves. So this is 2 damage apiece. So I'm guessing they can. The first one's got to shrug his first one. Nope, that's 1 dead intercessor. Okay, and the other one's got to shrug the 2 wounds. Okay, no, that's 2 dead intercessors. Okay, we're getting through it. Right then, so then it's going to be our missile launcher then. So hitting on 3s. Hits. -3, so 6 up save. Doesn't save. And D6 damage. 1. Yeah, I'm going to pay to... yeah, so command point pay for that one. So I'm down to 8 command points. Reroll that. There we go, and that's 1 dead intercessor, and that is the unit. Fantastic. That leaves my captain left with the only weapon and visibility on this group, and he does have the lookout sir thing. So the choice is, do I want to take on the captain, the champion, or should I take on the tech marine? I think I'm going to take on the tech marine because at this point in the game, if they lose the tech marine, that's going to be quite a valuable loss. And the warlord, very good to take out the warlord, but it's not really my priority. I want to take out these all these vehicles. And if this guy keeps tagging on wounds, that's going to make my life a lot harder. So I'm going to try it. So it's assault wounds. He's in range, so it's basically hitting on 2s. Yeah, okay. Right then. So I think that's everyone done. I think, there's nothing wrong with these guys. So I think by the looks of it, I did get the first strike by wiping that intercessor unit. I don't get any points because I'm on these yet because it's the primary objective, so you got to get that in the second turn. So yeah, I think that was a pretty successful turn. But I think we're going to have a very angry Iron Hands retaliation after that. Those dreadnoughts will probably want to, yeah, they've got their blood of those intercessors all over them, and they're going to, yeah, pay them in kind. We've still got the interceptors coming as well, so they've got to look out for air support eventually. So mind yourself, guys. This tech marine is going to make a decision. Is he going to go repair the Predator, or is he going to go and repair the Executioner? Who knows? We'll come back and in Iron Hands, or Iron Ghosts, turn 1. Oakley dokley. So here we are in, where are we? Iron Hands, technically, turn 1, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. So everyone's moved up a little bit. We've had the Bikers move up, we've had the Tactical Marines move up, you guys haven't moved up, the Intercessors have stayed where they are. They can move with heavy weapons in, where are we? Yeah, we're in the right mode. So these guys can move with heavy weapons and not suffer any penalties, but they're staying still anyway because they want that objective point. The Repulsor has moved towards the Tech Marine so he can get fixed up, and that's going to be the first thing we do. And we've got the Captain who's joined not the Captain, the Chapter Master behind the Venerable Tank, who are going to be going for everybody's on that objective point there. Oh, I forget to mention, at the end of the Raven Guard turn, they put something called a Deadly Prize on. So that one, essentially, it's a booby trap. So there's one there as well. So if these guys move away, there's still technically some mortal wounds to be dished out if anyone goes too close to it. So that's pretty cool. We've got the Bike Squad that moved up to try and take on the ATV. We've got another Venerable. We've got the Land Raider. No, we've got the Predator has moved over, and that's got a sort of a more of a commanding view of the shots over here. So he can see everyone up on those sites as well. So that's a pretty good shot there. Apart from that, I think that's all the movement. So, because my Tech Marine can fix 2, obviously the Dreadnought doesn't need fixing up, and you can't fix this thing twice. I believe I can give this thing 4 wounds, but I've just got to double check the rules if I have to roll anything. So, back in 1 second. Yeah, no re-rolling required. So because he's got loads of Master of the Forge and loads of sort of Iron Hands things, essentially he gets 4 wounds added on. So it's back to 15 wounds. So that's pretty good. It's just one off being full health again. That's pretty sweet. So obviously this gets another one, which is called Blessing of the Omnissiah, I think, or something like that. Or Awaken the Machine Spirit, sorry. Which basically adds 1 to all the targeting on this thing. So this now gets hits on 2s. So that's going to be pretty punishing. So this thing's going to have some good revenge. So I think that's pretty much everything. So I'll start picking some targets. We'll go over here then. We'll start working through the board. We've got the so we've got a captain here who can give re-rolls of 1s to hit rolls of 1s to the Bike Squad, and they're going to be attacking the scouts because they seem to be the easiest target. The we might be charging that one. We'll have to think about that one. We've got a melter gun on that one, which we'll be going into that as well. So we'll do the melter gun first. So this is going to be hitting on 2s. That's a hit. So this is toughness 8 versus strength. This is strength 6. Toughness 6. Sorry. So this is wounding on 3. That's a wound. It's an assault weapon. We're in heavy, so that is still just -4. So there's no save. So D6 damage. And that's a whopping 6. Brilliant. So I've just got to now double check what the wounds on this is. Righto. Well, that's a pretty good start of the turn, wasn't it? So 6 wounds off that, so it was 13, and now it's down to 7. So we might even be able to take this on in a charge, because these guys have got a hella amount of attacks. And we got our Thunderhammer in there as well, with a captain. So there's a good chance, actually. So we'll think about that. I'm not have to think about it yet. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that 12? Yeah, we've got 12 twin bolt guns. Well, bolt guns, so 6 twin bolt guns, you know what I mean. And so they get to double fire. So this is going to be 24. So I'm going to need more dice. So this is going to be 24 shots at standard fire, I believe. No, because you've got to be in tactical for the one with the Raven Guard one. So yeah, they're going to be going into there. So I've got to go and get 24. Unless I just do lots of 12s. Let's see what we get. No, because I reckon we're going to get quite a few shots. Back in 2 seconds. Right, because the captain hits on 2s, we'll do him first. So hitting on 2s against the scouts. Yeah. He can't re-roll his own ones. He's not core, so that's, yeah, that makes much sense. Right, so he hits once. So this is wounding on 4s. Wounds, so this is minus nothing, so it's 0. Yeah. So this is 4 up save for a scout. And that is 1 wound of scout. That is 1 dead scout. Right, so, well, that was pretty abysmal from the captain, but still managed to do some damage. So that makes it 20, I believe, for the rest of the bikers, because, yeah, so there's 10 of them. And they all get to double fire, because bikes and Terminators get to rapid fire, what do you call it? Yeah, rapid fire twice, like this in the sandline. You know what I mean. So this is going to be 20 odd shots, hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. And lots of 2s. Get rid of those. Get rid of all of those. And reroll those 1s. That's pretty good, though. Okay, so these are going to be hitting, winding on 4s, I believe. Oh, that's awful. Mind you, it's only one. Scouts are only 1 wound apiece these days. So not you, not you. Okay, so this is saves on 4-ups. And it's 1 dead scout. Okay. So you survived that hail of fire. That was pretty good. Well done, you guys. I thought you were going to do way better than that. Oh well. What have we got here? I don't think the melter gun can reach. So I've got 2 melter guns and I've got 2 bolt guns. So let's see if they can reach. Certainly these guys. Let's have a look. Sweet. Everything over here is within 12 inches of these guys. So these the 2 bolt guns will get 2 shots each piece, just like the bikers here. So there'll be 4 bolt gun shots, but I've got 2 melter guns which I'm going to use first as well. And I want to use those first because these guys are 2 wounds apiece and they could be tricky. Let's see what we can do then. So this is 2 melter gun shots hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Okay. Wounding on 2s. No, nothing at all. Okay, so 4 bolt guns. We got 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. And saves on 3s. 2 saves. Okay, so nothing from the tactical squad. That's fair enough. Okay, so we're going to move on to, I believe, probably going on to the intercessors. So they stood still, but they are heavy weapons, so they only get 1 shot apiece. So this is really much for me. So the captain, the sergeant, actually only has a bolt pistol with this chainsword. So it's only 3 of them actually. They'll be aiming at those gentlemen and gentle ladies as well. So I guess we're hitting on 3s. Yeah. All right. There is something where you can do aim for the captain, but I feel like I just try and whittle these guys away. So hitting on 3s. I'm nowhere near captains or anything. I can't re-roll anything. Oh, hang on, it's heavy weapons. It's a heavy weapon, so I can re-roll the 1 because that's the Iron Hands thing. They get to re-roll 1s for heavy weapons in Devastator Doctrine. That's pretty cool. Hey, 3 hits. Okay, so this is still strength 4. So wounding on 4s. We've got 5. Here, so 2 of those. -2, but -3 because we're in here. Well, that's bloody. So it's like a las cannon. So 6 up saves. Yeah, that makes about sense. So and this is 2 damage apiece. They haven't got any shrugs. They are over 8. No, are they over 18 away? Because they're in light cover. Well, mind you, that's still not a save, is it? That'll be 5s. So no, that's 2 dead infiltrators. Righty ho, cool. Now it's this nightmare. So I've got to refresh my memory of what on earth, what weaponry this thing's got. Right, back in more than probably than 2 secs. Before I do the Repulsor Executioner, I'm going to do all the sort of simpler stuff first. That's just such a much better idea. So basically, what I've given is some sort of ancients or something. I forget what you're called, but essentially you spend a command point and you can choose to make it either a captain or a lieutenant. And because it is core and it gives it an aura of any units within it, it gives everything a reroll of the hit roll of 1. And because he's got a plasma cannon and I've got a few melted guns, I'm giving him the reroll perk essentially. So everyone within 6, I should have really measured this. It'd be nice if that's no, vehicles aren't core, I don't think anyway. So you don't get the rerolls on 1 anyhow. So, we're going to try and take on that ATV first. So let's have fun with some guns. It's the twin las cannon. So that is going to be 2 hits on 3s. Is he 12? Oh god, I've got to do some measuring because if they're all 12 inches away, they will get extra +1 to the saves. These guys get -1 to hit because they're in cover as well. Because they're wholly within a 12-inch range. I think it's if you're over 12. It's something very odd. So, no, he's not going to get any saves. That's all. That's fine. They're not going to get any saves from these guys, but they are from the Dreadnought and from the Predator, and they're all over 12, and they're in cover, so they get +1 to their saves and -1 to hit. Okay, lots to remember. Lots to remember. This is why you really should play on your own. It's much easier when you have to remember just your own side stuff. Right. Okay. So we're going to do 2 shots from the las cannon into this dude. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. That's 1 hit. Okay. Strength 9 versus toughness 5. So just shy of 2. So 3s. That's a hit. In Devastate Doctrine, that makes it -4. That gives it no saves because it's out of cover. So that is D6 damage. And that's 2 wounds off you. I have to find out. I think it's like 6 wounds. So let's call it 4. Or was it 8 wounds? 2 seconds. Starts with 8 wounds, so it's down to 6 wounds now. We've got 2 heavy bolters. Should I go into that one as well? No, I'll try the. I suppose you've got to declare all these yet, haven't you? Well, I haven't declared anything yet. Oh, hang on, no, you've got to do that really. So I'm declaring that I'm going to shoot. Well, there's quite a lot to go for, isn't there? Yeah. It's toughness 5, so these are strength 5, so it might do some damage. They're 2 damage per. Yeah, we might be able to finish it off. Okay, so this is going to be 6 shots at the ATV as well, so hitting on 3s. All but 1. Okay, I thought. Oh yeah, no, of course, that's fine. So this is wounding on 4s this time. So that's 3. That's all right. So -2, so 5 up saves. And that's all fails. So that is 1 dead ATV. I'm pretty sure it explodes, but it's out of 6 inches distance from everything. So bye-bye ATV. Well done, Mr. Predator. So we're probably going to try and deal with these scouts first, because they're providing a shield for the HQ. I want to get the Warlord at some point. Right then, so we've got a Storm Bolter on this one. We have got a Hunter Killer, but I'll wait for, we've got a Flyer coming in, so I might hold on for that one. So 2 shots, I'm hitting on 3s. 1 hit, 4s to wound. No wounds. Okay, and so this is the bike. So the bike's going into the scouts. It's going to be 8 shots. Alright, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. Lots of 2s. Okay, so that's 5 of those. No dash, so this is going to be 4. Oh, no, 4s. Should I say? We're on the wound bit. So 3 wounds and 4 up saves. All saves. Well on scouts, they save themselves. They do have camo cloaks, so they do have a natural +1 to their save. So that should have been 3 up save actually. Forget about that. Apologies, Mr. Scouts. Right then, well known you died for that. That's all cool. What we got? Oh, excuse me. What we got now? We've got you've got a heavy plasma cannon. What should we shoot you at? We're going to opt, because that's the only thing you've got, haven't you? Because you've got a heavy flamer, and that's not within 12. So, yeah, let's do the heavy plasma cannon. So, this is how many shots we get? 5 shots. This is going to be hitting on... Oh, so I'm going to shoot... Who am I going to shoot? I guess I'm going to shoot these guys, because these are... What do you call them? Primaris. So they are 2 wounds. Well, they're just standard Space Marines, so I got my finger out of the way. So these are rerolling 1s, so I will overcharge. So this is going to be strength 8, I believe, and it's on 4, so there's going to be no save for it as well. Yada 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 yada. Oh no, there's a save because he. Oh no, is he 12? Yeah, no, they're over 12 inches away, so they will get a 6 save. Okay, let's see what we've got here anyway. So hitting on 2s. So I've got 1 to reroll. Okay, so I've got 5 hits. This is going to be winding on 2s. All but 1. So let's say I think it's going to be a 6 up save because the Raven Guard, they are 12 inches away from the Dreadnought, so that gives them light cover. So that would be -4. So that gives them 7 to save. But yeah, so it's 6 saves. But it's 3 damage apiece. Not at once. So that is 4 dead infiltrators. Dang. Okay, so I think we're going to try and finish them off, are we? We've got a heavy bolter there. So let's see if we can finish off. So we've got 3 of them dead. 4 of them dead, sorry. Dang. Was that 3 or 4? I'll have to double check. That is 4 dead Space Marines. Fair enough. Right, there's 2 melter guns left, so we might as well try for them. We've got a heavy bolter as well, but we're going to try with the scouts with that one. So the 2 melter guns ready to try and melt the face off that one. Bit of an overkill, but here's the sergeant. So go in a bit of glory. So 2 hits, winding on 2s. Well, that's lucky, so it does wound. So that is -4, but it is... No, it's within 12, so that is no save, and d6 damage. And that is 1 dead sergeant. That is 1 squad wipe. Thank you very much. That is all from you, sergeant. Cool. So that's pretty successful. So we've got we've got 3 shots from the heavy bolter there, and that's going to go into these scouts there. So it's going to be hitting on 3s. Yeah, because it's still within 12. Oh no, but these guys are in cover. Hang on. And these 12. I've got to make sure if it's over 12 inches away, they get their heavy cover. So, well, if this is not within 12, you know what I mean. Give me 2 seconds because this could be very vital. So the heavy bolter gunner can see them clear in the daylight. Unfortunately, they are Raven Guard-esque, but they've now been spotted, so they gain no benefits, unfortunately. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. Unfortunately, just natural luck might be just their hard. So only 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. Okay, wound. -2 to this, so it's going to be 6 up save. But he has got a camo, so that will camo cloak. So that's his own natural disguise. So that'll be 5s. No, there's 1 dead scout. Fair enough. So that is everybody in this little area that's fired. So all we got left is essentially you've got the repulsor, and I can see I've got another venerable, and we've got a captain who I know he can do nothing, and potentially the tech marine's got a melter gun that could do something. So I'll do some measuring up and yeah, some reading up for this one. Ugh, so many guns. So what we have here is just the Dreadnought can hit. Obviously, the Repulsor can hit lots of things, but I'm putting this off as long as I can. We got the Heavy Flamer can hit the Scouts, so we're going to do D6 hits on them, auto hits. So 4 auto hits. So these are strength 5 versus toughness 4, so wounds on 3s. And that is 3 wounds, and I believe it's heavy, so it's going to be -2. They have got camo cloaks, so back to -1, so this is 5 up saves. And it's 3 dead scouts with the heavy flamer. That still leaves 1 scout left. And what I'll probably do is aim the plasma. Oh no, they've got shrouding, so they can't be hit by ranged attacks unless they're the closest target, and the scouts are still the closest target. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, so D6 attacks with the. So what was that? 3 of those are dead. So just 1 left to go. 1 shot with the plasma. Okay, so I won't overcharge this. That's a hit. Wounding on 3. Okay, so there's 1 scout left. Well, that'll have to be for the Repulsor Executioner. Okay, so it's time. Oh god, honestly, this is so complicated. So I've got a macro plasma thing, which essentially is a slightly nastier version of the heavy plasma gun. Then there's the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon. Then it's got Icarus pods and that thing and those things. So many things. Right. I'm going to just calculate who I'm going to shoot, because I'm guessing this thing's going to fire off in every direction, like the Batmobile. Anyway, back in one mo. So this is a bit of a predicament. So this is the repulsor system, and you can't see the scout there. What you can see, and the closest target is the captain, unfortunately. I suppose that then would concur that he's going to shoot the eliminators. So I'm going to, because I don't really know this sort of thing, I'm going to roll on a 1 to 3 hits the captain, and which he wants to do, or on a 4 to 6, that he actually has to shoot the eliminators. So he's shooting the eliminators. Okay. Right, even with the shrouding, but I think because of the lookout sir rule, I think they're going to sort of knock their psychic power away and trying to save their warlord. Okay, and I think the scout can jump in the way. I'll have to look anyway. Right then, so this is how many shots the macro plasma incinerator against the eliminators. Oh, good lord, 6 shots. Okay, cool. So 6 shots. This is going to be hitting on. So these guys have camo cloaks, so they do get a bit of a save. And they are over 12 inches away, so this is -1 to hit them this time. So this is going to be hitting on 3s because he's got the blessing of the Omniscient. And something's going off on my... Oh, yes, someone on Facebook. Okay, so hitting on 3s. So 3 hits. Re-rolling once. No, he's not core, so I can't do that. I don't think he's core. Is he core? No, no core. Okay. So wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. So this is -4 and -5 being in Devastated Doctrine. So that would give them a... yes, there's no saves for them, so that is 2 dead... Oh, is it 3 wounds? I believe it's 2 wounds apiece. 2 seconds, I want to double check. I've got to check the eliminators, how many wounds they got. I think that is 2 wounds apiece from that. No, after all that muttering and murmuring, that's 2 dead eliminators. Okay, so we're going to the heavy Gatling gun now. So heavy onslaught Gatling, so it's 8 shots, strength 6, blah blah blah. So we're hitting on 3s for these guys, all but 1. So this is still against the eliminators. This is going to be wounding on 3s. So 4 of those. Okay, so -1. So with the chemical, it's back to normal. So this is 3 up saves, and so it's 1 wound, so that's heavy onslaught, so that's 1 left wound on them. Kill. Alright, so what else he got? He's got 2 twin heavy bolters, that's going to go against the eliminator as well. Hitting on 3s. Oh, not very good at all. Oh, there you go. So you got 3 of those. Cool. So this is strength 5 toughness 4, so wounding on 3s. That's 2 wounds, -2, so -1, so 4 up saves, yeah. And 2 both saves, cool, okay. Right, this is the stuff now I start to forget them. So you can see those, they're obvious. The big gun, 2 big guns, and there is 2, I know the fact there's 2 twin heavy bolters there. Then it's this sort of stuff I get confused about. So I believe like this has got like 8 shots. But it's like 4 and -1, 1 damage. So I'll just go double check what that one is. Well, I can double check that right now. Oh no, I can't because I've turned the page. Right, double checking. Defo keeping the page open. So I've got a few more things to get through. Oh, there we go. You zoom in now. There we go. Fragstone launcher. So I've got to roll a d6, and it's then got, I think it's got 2 storm bolters. So it's got 2 fragstones, so I've got to roll 2 d6 of those. 2 storm bolters. So that's going to, so 4. So I get 4 already. 4 is standard. Okay, and then I've got to roll 2 d6. So that's another 9 shots. Okay, let me grab some more dice. That's another 6. Oh, so many guns, so much fuss over what's a big tank. Who needs a Titan when you've got one of these? So this is just basically bolt guns. So this is going to be hitting on 3s again. Quite a few. And this is going to be wounding on 4s. This is to finish off the eliminator. Adios. So this is going to be 2 up saves. And that's 1 wound, and that is 1 dead eliminator. Cool. So then it's just this weird thing. It's got an Icarus pod. So I'll go and decide what I can actually shoot at with that. So once again, sorry about this, everybody. Be right back. Right then, Icarus rocket pod. So D3 of these. So that is 3 shots. So this is going to go against the captain because that's now a visible target. So it's -1 to hit because he's captain, but he has got +1 because of that. So it's back to 3s. So hitting on 3s. 2 hits. So this is 7 versus 4. Is it -1 on the wound? It could be -1 on the wound roll. I think it's -1 on the wound roll. I'll double check that. Oh, God. Sorry about that, everybody. It just gets a bit frustrating after a while. So this is going to be wounding on 3s. So that's 1 wound. So it's -2, but it's a 4-up iron save. So he doesn't make the save. I believe that's 2 damage. Yep, 2 damage to that one. So that is 2 off the captain there, unfortunately. Oh dear. So that's 2 of the warlord. Could do the warlord in this one. I believe we've got 8 shots coming in from the iron hail stubber or something like that. So this is going to be a -2 weapon again as well. So this is going to be missable test the captain. So we're already down 2. Let's put that as a marker. He's down 2. Right, hi. Hitting on 3s. Got enough here? Yeah. Okay, so hitting on 3s. 3 hits. So this is 4s. 3 of those. And this is -2, so 4-up save. 2 wounds. So that's 2 off the captain there. So that's 4 wounds off the captain. Oh no. This isn't looking good for the captain. And I believe it's just another 4 more 4 -1s or something. Something weird. 2 hits. 1 wound. And 1 wound. So that's 5. 5 off the captain. Right, sorry about that. It's just so much of a slug with that one. Right, so I believe that everyone has fired now. I'm just going to have a quick look around and see what we've got left. But I think that's pretty much the end for the Iron Hands chapter. We did pretty well on that one. We absolutely saw it. So we've got rid of an ATV. We've got an entire infiltrator squad. Another half. Most of the scouts are gone. Yeah, pretty impressive. I probably will actually try to roll. So I'm going to charge my captain with my squad. So if one doesn't get in, none of them get in. The charge is 9, so let's roll to charge. To fail, but I will do Overwatch as well. So it's going to be 2 Incendium cannons. So these are going to be strength 5 -1, 2, I believe. So that is 9 hits automatically hitting. So this is going to be 4s, I believe. Yeah, because it's strength 5. So this is 4s against these bikes. So that's those. That's -1, but it's still technically in Devastated Doctrine. So this is -2. So this is 5-up saves. And we've got 1 save from there. So we've got 4 bikes dead. Is that 4 bikes? If it's 2 apiece, then it's 1 definitely dead. Because you get 2. So there'll be 2, then 3. So that's... Okay, so there's that and 1 left. Okay, that makes sense. Right, hope. So that is the end of the Iron Hands turn. So I'm just going to do some calculate. By the looks of it, we don't have Dominion. We don't have, say, the Warlord. We almost had to check, actually. I don't know if they got 5 wounds for the captain. He might be a dead Warlord. But so tired of doing the Repulsor. Sorry, everyone. But apart from that, I think that was a pretty good game, pretty good turn from the Iron Hands. I think the Raven Guard are going to have definitely bring out the Flyer and try and take out some of these tanks, because my god, they're absolutely obliterating their forces. There's barely any infiltrators left, and yes, no more scouts. And say we're down a few vehicles. Oh, we do have an assassin though. I wonder if the assassin can turn the tide. Right, we'll come back in Raven Guard turn 2. Okay, we've got Raven Guard turn 2 now. We've had a bit of a sort of a shift, so we lost this objective marker here. The entire scout squad, the last scout ran away. Obviously, we lost the eliminators, we lost the infiltrator squad, and the Phobos captain was down to 1 wound, and the librarian was there too. So there is a stratagem for all Space Marines that if you have a Phobos unit, you can spend a command point and you can put them back into reserve. So the so the captain and the librarian basically hightailed out of there. So they puffed in a puff of smoke, and they disappeared for a bit. So what took place was a reinforcement of the Interceptor. So the Interceptor is going to try and take on the tank, along with the Las Fusils here. They haven't moved, so they shouldn't gain any problems of hitting it at all. No movement here, so they just stay still as well. We had movement from the Invictus Warsuit. He's going to engage the bike squad. No movement from the Infiltrator. They're holding tight on that one against probably the tactical squad there. We still have another squad in there as well, so we still have quite a few Marines, they're just holding back a little bit. Also, we have another infiltrator squad here, still holding another one, so we can actually score these objective markers. But if you notice, we've also had the addition of a Vindicator who's sneaked in the back, so he's going to be taking shots at primarily the Tech Marine, because the Tech Marine is precariously close to the Dreadnought and the Repulsor Executioner, and he can actually spend a command point and do 2 repairs. I think he gets 2 repairs anyway. So, that's just too dangerous. So he's the Vindicator has lined up a shot all the way through there, so he can actually target You can see the woods through there. So he can actually hit those two. That's pretty cool. So the first things first then, I've done all command points, so I guess we're down to some shooting then. We've got the Interceptor then, so we're going to use you first. The Interceptor's got the last talent, he's got a Typhoon missile launcher, and he's got assault cannons. So evidently, I'm just going to do my absolute best to try and destroy the Execution. It's just far too dangerous a model at this point in the battle and where it is at the moment. So I've also got I managed to park the land speeder. It's managed to get very up close, so we should be benefiting from the +4 damage for the multi-melter because we're now within half range of the weapon's damage. So we might do that first actually. So let's have 2 shots from the multi-melter at the Repulsor Executioner, so it's hitting on 3s, and I may spend a command point reroll on this one because obviously multi-melters are very, very effective. It's still -4, so no, there won't be any save for this, so I kind of want the hits. You kidding me, man? Really? Right, so I'm spending a command point already, and we're going to reroll one of those. I know you shouldn't reroll these, but oh well, it's the first thing I've got to try and re-spark the luck. Come on. There we go, we've got a hit. So this is strength 8 versus toughness 8, so it's wounding on 4s. We've got a wound, huzzah. So this is going to be d6 damage plus, is it multi-melters? I'll have to check if it's multi-melters or it's guns, but I think it's 2 or +4, but whatever this, plus d6. So we've got 4, and then plus either 2 or 4. I'll double check what it is while I take that off. Oh, he's got his shrug, so I've got to find out what it is, and then I can see if he can shrug him. Yeah, it's d6 plus 2, so it's 4 wounds already, and then he gets plus another 2. So this is going to be 6 on 6. You can shrug him. You are kidding me. 6 shrugged. I want to kill this damn thing. Oh, he can't beat his luck. Okay, so that's 2 wounds off the Repulsor Executioner. You kidding? Oh my god. Right, so 2 so far. Right, okay, Typhoon missile launcher hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. Wound -2, so this is going to be a 5-up save. No, it's I believe they're a 2-up save for Repulsor Executioners because they're a particularly tough tank. I don't know why I haven't got this constantly open on this one. No, it's a 3-up save, so this is going to be 5-up. Okay, so 5-up save on a rock, and that's a fail. So this is d6 damage. For 2 damage. I've already re-rolled in this phase, so that is now 4 damage. That's not bad for a little land speeder. Okay. I can't believe... Oh, and he's got to shrug those as well, so 2 shrugs. Right, thank you. No shrugging then. Can't believe he shrugged that. Oh my god, that was unbelievable. Yeah, this is why I don't gamble, people. Like, the dice are too unpredictable. So that's the land speeder done. Okay, we'll do the Las Fusel. So they hit on 2s, but he adds 1, so it's 3 automatic hits. I'm calling it anyway because of that last time. So this is going to be strength 9 versus toughness 8. So this is wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, fantastic. So this is -3, so it does get a 6-up save. He's got 2, so it's 6 wounds. So we've got to have 6 shrugs. Let's see if it shrugs any of these. No shrugs, so that's 10 wounds altogether. Okay, getting through it. 10 wounds so far. Right, I believe you got the last talent from that one. It's not a twin one, it's a singular one. So it's not that, so it's 2 shots on that one. And this is a las cannons essentially. So hitting on 3s, 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. No wounds, okay. Typhoon missile launcher from the Interceptor as well. Hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on 4s this time. No wounds, okay. Oh, this is not looking good. Right, so we've got the assault cannon. So the assault cannons is, I think you get, it's 6 apiece, isn't it? Yeah, you get 6 apiece. So that's going to be 12 shots this time. This may do it, I don't know. It's not much armor penetration on this one, giggity. So we're going to hit you on 3s on this one. No re-rolls of 1s. No, and the captain's not even on the field anymore. So this is going to be wounding on 5s, unfortunately, because it's toughness strength 6. That's alright. 4 of them. Cool, so this is -1 because we're in Tactical Doctrine. So this is a 4-up save. So that's another 1. And can it shrug that one? It can, so that didn't count. Okay, that is that everything I could throw against the Repulsor Executioner? Because that was my main jam at the moment. Yeah, by the looks of it, that really is. There's not much those troopers can do. I might do some measuring up and see what else I got. But as far as I know, that thing is down at 10 wounds. And chances are he's going to slap 4 wounds right back on it. So I've got to stop that from happening with my Vindicare Assassin, which I'm going to go with next, actually. Right, back in a second. Right, let's see if the Vindicare can do his thing. So hitting the Tech Marine on 2s. There you go. That's a Vindicare for you. He miss. Fair enough. Right. So I can't do that with the Tech Marine. I wonder if I can get the Tech Marine with anybody else. Is anybody else on the field? Not because, well, he's got Lookout, sir. He's got a Dreadnought, so no. Oh, well. That's a bit unfortunate because he's going to slap 4 wounds back on. That is really unfortunate. And I've always spent a command point to reroll for the multi-melter on a hit. Dang. Because that could have been really doing well. Oh, well. What else we got then? We've got some infiltrators. So we've got some infiltrators here. So they're going to be taking the tactical marines. So that's going to be, because they stood still, I believe that's going to be 6 shots and automatically wounding on 6s. So hitting on 3s. They can't really roll the 1s anymore because the captain is no longer on the field. So that is 2 wounds anyway. Wounding on 4s. No, but I can re-roll that because the lieutenant is still on the field. Hey, there's some 3 wounds. We're in tactical mode, so this is -1, so this is going to be 4 up saves. And they all save. Okay, so that's infiltrators. Let's see. Can you see him? What can you see? Do you know what? I think that missile launcher can see the Repulsor Executioner, so we're going to try it. So we're going to hit on 3s. And that is a 2. That's predictable. 2 sniper rifles then. They can not see because they can't shoot through the tank. They're going to try and shoot off those Space Marines on the point there. So this is 2 sniper rifles hitting on 3s. That's 2 of those. And 6s are automatic wounds, but 4 to wound. 2 wounds, -1. So 4 up saves? Yeah, 4 up saves. So that's 1 wound off a Space Marine over there. So I believe that is 1 dead intercessor. Fantastic. Making some progress anyway. As you did, sir. Okay, what else we got here? We got this guy. So he's coming a bit close. So let's open up with the heavy bolter into... the captain is actually very close. So he's a close model. So let's shoot the captain. No, actually, let's finish off his squad. So into the actual squad. 2 hits. 5 against 5, so 4s. No wounds. Okay, so we're going to do the Incendium Cannon. So this is going to be against... well, I'll see how many hits I get first. I get 8 hits, so shall I put... I'm going to put them all into the squad, I think. So that is 8 for those. Oh, I don't need that, so it's just wounding, isn't it? So this is strength 5, toughness 5, so wounding on 4s. That's pretty good. So this is -1. So 4 up saves. That's not very good. That's not very good at all. So I think it's 2 damage apiece. I'll double check on that one, but that could be a dead squad. 5 wounds anyway. That's pretty impressive. I think it's probably going to be a 1. It's only a flame. I don't think many flame weapons actually do 2 damage. If I open up on the right page, no, never do. Invictus Tactical also Incendium Cannon. No, 1 piece. So that's 5 wounds off them. But they are Iron Hands, so they do get to try and shrug them. 1 shrug, so that's 4 wounds altogether. So that is 1 dead one and another dead one. Okay, we've got these things in the front. So this is like strength 4 -1. I get 8 shots on them. So that's into the final biker. Those are hitting. I'm wounding on 5s this time. Only 1. -1, 4 up save. That's a save. Okay, and might as well do the weird thing on the top. 6 shots. This is a bolt gun essentially. Hitting on 3s. That's 4. Strength 5, so 5s. So 2 wounds. And 3 up save. 1 wound. Cool. So that's down to 1 wound. 2 wounds, sorry. I believe that's everything. He's not got quite as many guns as the other one has. You've had a go. You've had a go. I think they're in range to rapid fire at those tactical marines, and because the Iron Hands are so low on infantry, it's best just to kill them all. Kill them all. So that is 7, and that is going to be 8. No, 10. I want 10 altogether. Can I count? Can I count? That looks like 10. It looks like 10. I think it is 10. So these are hitting on 3s and automatically wounding on 6s. And I can't reroll the ones because the captain's no longer here. So I've got 4 auto wounds and can reroll that. There you go, 5 wounds altogether. This is a -1, so this is 4 up saves. Oh dear, that's 1 save, so that's 4 wounds. They can shrug on 6s. And that's all those wounds going through. So that is 1, 2, 1 and 1 left. So they've got the 2 melter gun guys. There we go. All makes sense in the end. Where'd you go? Just put you there for the time being. Oh, should I put you over here? The problem is, if you leave stuff, you're going to forget. Right. That was impressive. So you're dead as well. Put you back in the graveyard. That's my reserves. So you can come out next. I believe that's pretty much it. Those guys can't hit anyone. The Vindicator apparently can't hit anyone. That's useless. So, I believe that is the end of this turn. So, I think we're just going to do a charge, which is going to be this dude. So, I can't foresee this failing a charge. That's 9. He's in. There we go. So, what's he get? He gets 4 attacks plus 5 for charging in. So, he's getting 5. Strength. He still gets strength 7. So this is a 14 strength. So we're going to be hitting on 3s. So let's do. What should we do? All against the captain. Yeah. So that's 3 hits on the captain. Wounding on 2s. That's 3 hits. That's -3. So it's going to be 4 Iron Halo saves. 2 saves and 2 fails. So that's going to be 6 off the captain there. I believe that's a dead captain. I'll double check on that. 6 wounds will do it, but on a he does get to shrug. He will shrug on a 6. Oh, I forgot there. Forgot 6. Yes. So he needs to shrug at least 1 to survive. He does not. That is 1 dead captain. Righty-ho. So that is that one, and I'm gonna guess that since he lost his entire squad, let's roll for a leadership now. So we're looking for nice and low, probably about 7. So we're looking at. I believe it's like 3, or he's going to have, yeah, if we get anything higher than, look at, no, he's gone. So there you go. So he's done his job. Fantastic. There's no more charging at all. So let's have a quick look. They still own that point, so they get 5 points for that one, and they get 5 points for that one, so that's 10 victory points altogether for that one. They did not do anything for, what we got? It's bring it down, so they didn't take down a vehicle, unfortunately. Those bikes did not count as vehicles. And they're not repairing anything yet, so they're still not really doing well on their secondaries. But they did get 10 for the primary, so that's pretty good. And they have sort of almost cleared this area of enemies. Just got some 2 more tactical marines to deal with. Cool. Right then, this is Iron Hand's turn 2 then. See what their retaliation is going to be. Well, I'll be back when they've all had a bit of a move. So, Iron Hand's turn 4. As predicted, I've slapped another 4 wounds onto the Repulsor Executioner. Repulsor Executioner is dismounted or disembarked all its troops. So there's 3 aggressors. They're going to be heading towards those infantry over there. I'm guessing the Repulsor Executioner is going to be dealing with the Interceptor as well. Potentially these guys with the melter guns can hit that one as well with that target. We also have our plasma cannon. Essentially the Interceptor is absolutely done for. It just came in, did what it did, and now it's going to get blasted out of the sky. But hopefully we can do. The Raven God's got an idea what it's going to do as well. It predicted such a thing. Everything is down in one corner anyway, down here, and they're still scattered around, and they still got some troops there. So we'll see how it goes. So we've moved everything up. Everything's got a chance to fire now. So we might as well have a go with our Laz. We'll start from this corner here. So we've got twin Lazes. They're going to be hitting this one. Now he is hard to hit. So this means they're going to be hitting on 3s this time. Oh yeah, and obviously the Tech Marine there has blessed this one with the Machine Spirit, blah, 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 hitting on 2s now. Okay, so this is going to be yada, yada, yada. This is going to be hitting on 4s then. That's 2 misses from the Laz Cannon. Okay. Great, not a group prophecy. So we'll do the heavy bolters then. So this is going to be 4 shots. And this also does have a hunter killer missile, so I'll probably fire that as well. So this is hitting on 4s again. That's a bit better. But this is a toughness 7, so this is going to be wounding on 5s. Oh, 2-3. Cool. We are now in... What mode are we in? We're in tactical, so these are just -1. So this is going to be a 4-up save. 1 save, so that is 2 off the interceptor. So it starts with 10. I'm slowly learning to do my research prior to doing these games, but it's a slow process. I'm looking forward to doing some games with other people, because then it sort of takes the responsibility of doing 2 sides. I can sort of more free manage stuff. So yeah, let's have a look then. So the hunter killer missiles are like one-off weapons, and they're pretty good against vehicles. So let's see if we can find one. And most vehicles do take one. But it doesn't want to be obvious. So let's just go straight to the back. Hunter Slayer missile. There we go. So it's type 1. It's going to hit strength 10. My God. Okay, so it's not visible, and it can target visibles, not user. Okay, so we're going to fire that off of that missile then. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. That's a hit. So strength 10 versus toughness 7. So this is 3. That's a wound. So what was it? -2. Yep, -2. So it gets a 5-up save. It's over 12 inches away. Yeah, it's almost 18 inches. So it does get. So this is going to be a 4-up save. That's a save. Okay, so the hunter killer missile fired. Did hit, did wound, but didn't get quite quick through the armor. Cool. Let's do the melter guns then, because again, I'm trying to put that off as much as I can. Actually, we'll do you first, because you can't reach anyone with your heavy flamer, but you can certainly hit him with your plasma cannon. So D6 shots for 1. So this is strength 7 for stuff 7, so wounding on 4s. And that's a failed plasma shot. Nothing from you then. Okay, buddy. So we've got 2 melter guns going up against the flyer. So this is going to be hitting on 4s as well. 1 hit. So this is strength 8, toughness 7. So wounding on 3s. And no wound. Okay. So no melters on there. We'll do the bolt guns then. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Who are we going to annihilate? No one! Hitting on 4s. That's actually go right, but there's going to be... it's -1. I'm supposed to do better. So this is wounding on 5s. Just 1. And so this is 3-up save. It's under 12 inches away. And that's a wound. Well done, bolt guns. Well, bolt gun managed to get 1 wound off it. Huzzah. So that should be down to... So 2... So that's down to 1. So it's 7 wounds left. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, we've got heavy bolt gun. Heavy bolter, sorry. Heavy bolter then into the fly thing. So hitting on 3s. 4, sorry. Hitting on 4, so he'll hit. Strength 5, toughness 7. Hit, wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. -1. So over 12 inches away. Just under. So this is going to be wounding on 4-up saves. 1 save. 1 up, so that's another 2. So it's down to 5 wounds. Must do this at the same time as well. It's probably not the best. I'm trying to do it, behind everything. Okay, so that is them. The captain and the tech marine can't hit anything at the moment. That's all the bike squad. Potentially these guys can do some damage with their was it their rack, but they're going to probably attack the infiltrators there. So we'll come back to you once I've remembered. I've played this a few times now, and as you can tell, I do not remember what this thing has. Right, back in a moment. So the battle machines there. So this is going to take on this one. So it's got 5 wounds to get through. Yeah, 5 wounds left. Okay, so we're going to do the macro plasma incinerator. This is D6 shots, so he gets 3 shots. We're not going to do overcharge because we want to keep this alive and not do anything silly with it. Now these are strength. Now I notice I'm just looking actually at the book this time, which is a lot more helpful. These are strength 8, so these are going to be wounding. So this is hitting on 3s because I've got +1. So it's 2 hits. These are wounding on 3s. Oh, and no wounds. Okay, so macroplasma incinerator didn't do anything. Let's see if the heavy onslaught can do something. So this is 8 shots from this, and this is going to be a -1 and 1 damage. 6 strength, I think. So 8 shots hitting on 3s. 5 shots get through. So this will be wounding on 5s this time. 3 get through, so -1. So 4 up save. 2 wounds, so that's 3 left on the Interceptor. Okay, he's getting through it very slowly. I want to make sure I remember this because I got basically working my way down through the guns, through the loadout. So we've got the 2 twin heavy bolters, as I remember. So these are hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wounds. Okay. So let's go back to the Icarus rocket pod. So this is going to add 1 to the hit wounds. So this is D3 first for 3 shots. So this is hitting on 2s this time because it's adding 1 to the hit roll. So that's 3 hits. Set strength 7, tough 7 for 4s. 2 wounds. Yep. So it's -1. Yeah, -1. So 4's up. 1 save, and I can't remember what the actual damage is for the Icarus pod. Icarus pod 2. So it's almost there. I think it's down to like 1 wound left. Yep, it's down to 1 wound left. Oh dear. Oh dear. Dear. So it's going to be firing everything at it. So if it doesn't get all the guns through, because you're supposed to declare all these sort of things. What's the most likely thing to do any damage to the damn thing? I've got a load of bolt guns. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Let's try that. So I've got 2 d6. So you get your 4 for your Storm Bolter. And then you get 2 d6 for your Frag Storm. So not 4. So excellent. I've got the dice there. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. Cool. Wounding on 5s. 2 of those. -1. So this is 4 up. And that's dead. Badoom! With bolt guns, how embarrassing. So, because obviously declared everything, I can now actually forget all that, but I can declare that a victory. Woohoo! Cool, so that's exploding. There's nothing within 6 inches of it, so even if it did explode, it's not going to do much damage. So that's just blown out the sky, boom. And so it's just gone to the aggressors, and I believe, what have we got here? Did we fire you guys? No, we started over in the corner, so we've got basically these lot and these lot left, and the aggressors. So I'm gonna have a bit of actually let's do these guys next. So this is gonna be 2 melter guns against that squad, so hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Strength 8 versus toughness 4, so wounding on 2s. Not wounding. Okay, so nothing from those 2, and they've got Stalker Bolt. They haven't stayed still, so they're going to shoot at them. So this is going to be 2 shots because the sergeant does not have one. Hitting on 3s. No, yes, hitting on 3s, but they get +1 to the save. 2 hits, wounds on 4s. 1 wound. So this is -2 because it's heavy. When heavy. When tactical dogs, so it's still -2, but over 12 inches away, so they get -1. So this is 4 up save. Well, and it's 2 damage apiece, so that is 1 dead infiltrator. Well done, intercessors. And the last but not least is going to be my aggressors, and they're probably going to attack them. So I'm just going to have a quick look up. I think it's like 3d6. Yeah, they get 3d6 extra. I can do this. I can do this in one shoot. So 3d6 extra. Oh, good lord. They get, what's that? 14 plus 6 each. So 6, 12, 18 plus 14. Oh, that's 32 shots. Good lord. Right, I think that's the infiltrator squad done for. But I'll get 32 dice on back 1 second. So rolling 32 dice was a little bit too ambitious even for me. So I did the whole sort of rolling off camera, and we managed to do 2, and well, we managed 2.5 Marines. So we've done a bit of damage to the infiltrator squad. So essentially at the end of that match, we did alright really. Knocked out a few enemy troops. We've got some, so we're holding 1 point. And we're also holding Dominion as well because we're owning half of the board. So we're going to get 5 points for that one. We're going to get another 5 points for that one. And we're going to get, I think it's 5 points for Dominion as well, which is quite good. Let me double check. 3 victory points. So that's 13 at the end of their turn 2. So that's pretty good for the Iron Hands. So it's going to get pretty scrappy now. Oh, that shouldn't be there anymore. That's exploded. So that was pretty good. Did they bring it down? No, I think the other team had bring it down. So that's unfortunate. Oh well, we're going to do some tallying up. So the next one is going to be Raven Guard turn 3. We'll probably bring the Captain and the Librarian back on board. And hopefully that Vindicare, we're going to have a little bit more luck. Because I don't think we're going to be able to knock out this Repulsor Executioner. You never know. We have got a cheeky little land speeder under there, so he might get lucky. We'll see in Raven Guard turn 3. Here we are with Raven Guard turn 3 then. So, what have we had done? We had the infiltrators who were here. They vanished into a puff of smoke, just like the Captain and the Librarian did. and they've disappeared into the reserve. So what my intention for them is that they're going to reappear somewhere in the enemy's deployment zone, and then they can perform the repair teleporter and gain some victory points that way, because they're not going to be very useful here. They're just going to get shot up. Right, so there's so much built up here. We've managed to move these guys into position. We've moved the land speeder in position. He's a little bit further out, and the Invictus Warsuit's moved up as well. So everything's sort of taking position down this alleyway into these bits here. We still have my infiltrators here, and they still have their assassin with them as well. So it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty much all the moving, I believe. Yeah. Oh, and we had the librarian reappeared, so he's going to give some benefits, hopefully, to this Phobos unit. So he's going to give him something called Soul Sight, which essentially means they can reroll any hit rolls, which is quite good because they've just moved, so they're now going to be hitting on 3s rather than 2s. Even though he's got target priority, which adds 1 anyway. I just want to make sure I'm hitting the targets. But I've got to work for this methodologically, because there's various things that need to happen for this all to go as planned for the Raven Guide. So what we're going to do first is, once again, we're going to start sort of over here and see what we can do. Well, first though, we'll put see if we can put Soul Sight onto the Eliminator. So this goes off on a 6. And that's a fail, so no Soul Sight. So they can't re-roll their hit rolls, and they don't, yeah, so no, that didn't work. Okay, so then what have we got? Right, we've got these as scouts. They haven't moved at all. They've got a missile launcher, and the missile launcher can see the Repulsor Executioner down over there. Come on, camera, you can zoom in. Somewhere over there, see? Okay, so we're going to go and take a shot at that. So that's going to be hitting on 3s. That's a hit, excellent. So this is tough, Strength 8 versus Toughness 8, so this is going to be wounding on 4s. And that's a failed wound. Do I want to re-roll? I kind of do. It's -2. We're still on Tactical Doctrine, so I'm going to pay for a... oh no, there's more devastating weapons than that. No, so that's a failed one. Okay, so we've got 2 snipers then. So the 2 snipers are going to take shots at the intercessors there, because I'm pretty sure this guy's going to take care of the 2 tactical marines that are there. Okay, so this is hitting on 3s. 2 hits. So wounding on 4s, mortal wounds on 6. So 1 wound. No rerolls at all. So -1, so 4 up save. And that's 1 wound off intercessor. Okay, so that's the scouts done. Right then, let's have a little look. So the what's the Warsuit got? He's got a big sort of heavy flamer essentially. So I'm going to grab a handful of dice. Who knows how many shots we'll get for this one. So these are automatic hits. He gets 2d6. Strength 5 -1 1. So that's 8 shots. Okay, so these automatically hit. There you go, 8 dice. Fantastic. Wounding on 3s. Well, that was a 1. There we go. So 4 of them. Okay. Right. So this is going to be 4 up save. So that's 1 fail. Okay. So that's 1 dead. So that just leaves 1 left. Okay. What we'll do then is he'll use his Iron Hail cannons against that last one, because I want to finish off that unit. Oh no, I've got my no, he wanted to use something else. So what he's going to do, he's going to use his 2 infiltrators. They're going to fire at that last space marine. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. 2 hits, 3 hits, sorry, and 1 automatically wounds. Wounds on 4. That's 3 wounds. So this is at -1. So this is going to be 4 up saves. And that's 1 dead space marine. Brilliant. Okay, cool. That worked. So then it's going to be the heavy bolter, which is in his left hand there, which he uses a sidearm. That's pretty. I do like that, but who would use it though? It's a nice addition for the rules, but obviously when you've got the Invicta Fist, what's the actual point in using a pistol unless there's some rule that they've tied your hands back or something? Very strange. Okay, so the twin heavy bolter is single heavy bolter is going to go into the. Who should we get rid of actually? What's going to annoy them more? It's going to go into the intercessors. Okay, so this is going to be hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds. This is -1, so 4 up saves, 2 dead because they're 2-piece. Rightio. So that is the Invicta Warsuit, I think, done. Are you done? No, he's got his 8 shots again. So 2 dead over here. Let's get rid of you. And you've got a wound still remaining. Okay, so it's going to be the 8 shots. Do I want to fire them or at them or the Gravis troops? No, let's annoy them by removing them off a point. More tactical that way. So it's going to be 8 shots. 4 -1 1. Sorry, frog in my throat again. We got hitting on 3s then. Oh, I've got to do some shrugs, haven't I, for that? So how many did they lose there? They lost 4, so I've got to do 8 shrugs. My bad. Just before we do the shots then. 8 shrugs, so we're shrugging on 6. Not a 1. Okay, they're all dead. That's fine. Okay. So we're going to do the shots then. So last intercessor, hitting on 3s. That is... yeah, 5 hits. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds. So -1. So 4 up save. And he's got 1 wound left. Okay, that is the Invicta Warsuit. That is all. Oh no, he's got a Fragstorm launcher. Okay, that's going to be 18 inches. I'm gonna have to measure up, see if that thing on the very top there can polish off that last Marine there. 1 second. Yep, that Fragstorm launcher can reach that last Space Marine. So let's see how many shots we get. We get 3 shots. So this is basically a bolt gun. So it will be -1. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound and 4 up save. And that's a dead Space Marine. Okay, cool. That is those. That's pretty successful from the Invicta Warsuit and Scouts over here. Oop, I'm pulling buildings apart. See, it's rust. So, yeah, it's all falling apart. Right, that's everybody over here has shot. Okay, let's do the more boring stuff. And then we can go on to the more juicier stuff, aka the stuff with laser cannons and multi-melters and things like that. Gonna grab another handful of dice. You never have enough dice in this game. It really can't. Yeah, everything's sort of hiding if it all goes wrong as well. I've got the sort of land speeder kind of hiding from the Predator tank there. Predator tank can only really see these guys here, but they are in cover, so that's quite helpful. So what have we got? We've got 5 Space Marines, and they've all stayed still, so they can rapid fire, and they're going to go into the aggressors there. The aggressors, though, are going to spend 2 command points. Hang on, we're on -2, so they can't. It doesn't apply, so they're not going to do that. So I was going to save. I was going to do something called, which basically gives them. Oh no, it's only 1 damage, so it is a 2 up save. Yeah, so I'm going to spend 2 command points on the Gravis troops, and this now gives them a 2 up save rather than a 3 up save. Cool. So these are hitting at. They got -2s. This is going to be hitting on 3s and wounding automatically on 6s. So let's see how we go. How many have we got here? Need 1 more. And 1 over here. 2 command points off you for the Gravis thing. So essentially, yeah, it helps if you're flying like miniguns at these guys. It sort of prevents them from taking lots of ridiculous amount of shots. Cool. Over here again. Just need 1 more. I've probably got dice on the floor somewhere. Okay, so 10 shots hitting on 3s, wounding automatic on 6s. So auto. I've got no rerolls because my captain is still in the teleportarium. So that is those. So this is going to be wounding on 5s because they're tough 5. Oh, hello. Check you out. Okay. So this is going to be -2. So they start with a 2 up save. So this is going to be 4 up saves. 1, 2. That's not very good. That's 5 wounds off the Gravis. So see if they can shrug any. They didn't shrug a 1, so that is 1 dead Gravis with a 1 and 1 with 1 remaining. That's pretty good for the for infiltrators, for just singly standard bolt guns. It's all down to the tactical doctrines because they are. I don't think it was -2. So therefore he would have saved 1. Let me go and rewatch that and see. Let me have a rethink. Only 4 wounds off the Gravis, so 1 has 2 remaining still, so that's fine. So this is where you got to recheck these things. Cool. Oh, I'm knocking down trees. Right now, okay, that was pretty good from the infiltrators. We'll go with the assassin then. So the assassin then can still see the Tech Marine and the captain, chapter master underneath there. So we're going to be hitting on 2. That's a hit. Wounding on 2. So we're going against the Tech Marine for this one. So if I get a 6, it's damage 6. If I get a 2, it's damage 3. That's a 2, so it's D3 damage. And it's got another rule as well. I'll show in a second. So that's 3 damage. So now that I've damaged him, if I roll a 3 now, I can get another bit of damage. So let's just keep it. So I've got 3 damage already. Right then, so I've got to get a 3 up. Oh, I don't. So that's 3 damage on the Tech Marine. So he's going to roll 3 to shrug them. And he keeps all the wounds. Righty-ho. I haven't got the money to pay. Oh, I have got 2 command points. So what I'll do is going to pay 2 command points. And I'm going to take a second shot with the sniper. So I must remember I've got 3, is it 3? Yeah, 3 off the tech marine. So it's another shot, and this time it's going to go against the captain. So that's a hit, and this is going to be wounding on 2 because it's infantry, and that's a fail. Oh, and that's a waste of command points. Boo! No way to re-roll it. That's a shame. Okay then, so we're going to have a little look, see what that's. So essentially we've just got the juicier stuff. We've got the Las Fusils, and we've got a multi-melter and a Typhoon missile launcher. I believe that's probably it, but hopefully something will explode. Fingers crossed, because I've got that tech marine still on 1 wound left. Right then, just hovering underneath that building is my Typhoon with multi-melter land speeder. So we're going to try and finish off this, and if he can't, then the eliminators will certainly try. And then we'll see where we go from there. So we're going to hit hitting twin multi-melter. So it's multi-melter, so 2 hits on 3s. You kidding me? Okay, that misses. Okay, so 2 crack missiles. Both hits, that's a bit better. Okay, so this is strength 8, trusted toughness 8, so 4s. No, nothing. Okay, so that was nothing from the land speeder, so it's going to be the land fusils. So they don't have re-rolls, but they do get a +1 to their hits. They moved, so they're hitting on 3, so they're hitting on 2s. Cool, so that is 3 hits. -3, so this is, hang on, strength 9 versus toughness 8, so this is wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, cool, and so this is going to be -3, 6 up save. No saves. Okay, so that's 9 wounds altogether. So that is enough to finish it off, but if it shrugs a single one, it's okay. It'll stay alive. So what have we got? So here we go. We're looking for just 1 6 really, we'll save it. There you go, and it's down to 1 wound. Oh, excuse me. We're down to 1 wound left on that tank. Cool. I'm going to see if there's anything else left to shoot, because that's quite disappointing. We've got rid of a lot of troops there, but we've got definitely some vengeance shots there. So I'm going to have a little look around and see. Oh, I've got Smite. I forgot about you, Smite. Because it's me, I did forget about that. That was a plain thing. So I'm going to do Smite, but this only will be on the Gravis troops, so they're the closest thing. So smiting on, is it 5s? And then super smites 12s. That's a smite, and D3 damage, and 1 damage. So, oh, and you can shrug if you can. Want to shrug it? No, he doesn't shrug it. Okay, so that didn't really work. Right, I'm going to have a little bit of a think around and try and knock more trees down. Whee! So after looking absolutely everywhere, yeah, there's no more weapons to be shot from there, and there's no one to charge, unfortunately. So that is, unfortunately, it for the Raven Guard's turn. It's going to be a brutal retaliation, I think, from their hands. But in that turn, they got 10 victory points, and they did manage to get away their Phobos troops. They may be able to win this by sneaky advantages. We'll just have to see. So I'm going to do some moving for the Iron Hands, and definitely some patching up for the Repulsor Executioner. And I'll be back when we're about to turn all these people into red vapor. So the retaliation of the Iron Hands. So obviously we slapped another 4 wounds onto the Repulsor Executioner. It's now got the Tech Marine and the Chapter Master are now tucked behind it along with a Dreadnought. So they're now avoiding the wrath of the Assassin. But they shouldn't have to worry about the Assassin for much longer, because the Bike Squad's going in, and we do have a Thunder Hammer in there. This isn't the Assault one, this is the Melter Gun. So the Melter Guns are probably going to destroy them, and then they're going to charge the Assassin. So the Predator's taking position so it can actually get a nice line of fire right down the alleyway, so you can see all the troopers that are down there. There's a Dreadnought that's taken this position and also can fire down the alleyway there. Repulsor's pretty good position for shooting everything. I can use the wound characteristics of 10 because he's Iron Hands, so we use double the characteristics, so essentially it fires at normal capacity. 2 aggressors heading towards that way to take that objective. I think that's pretty much it for the Raven Guard, but we'll find out. We'll see how the dice rolls. Right then, there's not much you can actually get a shot on those guys on top of the roof. So the Predator's going to try and take it. So he's got some heavy bolters and he's got las cannons. They can all hit. So we're going to try and do that. So twin las against, because now there is a lieutenant up there and there is the librarian up there. So they can't shoot them just yet. But they've all got camo cloaks, so they do get a +1 to their saves. So this is going to be hitting on, and then, so this is going to be hitting on 4s. So 1 hit with the las cannon, wounding on 2s. That's a wound. This is -3. So that would be a 6 up save, but they're in cover and they've got a camo cloak. So this is going to go to 4. They get 2 pluses. And they're safe. So that's D6 damage. And that is 1 dead eliminator. An eliminator eliminated. Goodbye. Right then, that's you one. So then we've got some heavy bolter shots coming in on the same targets. So again, we're going to be hitting on 4s because they're in dense cover, because they're over 18 inches away and in terrain piece. Oh, 12 inches away for infantry, sorry. That's pretty good though. So that is 4 shots hitting them. This is strength 5 versus toughness 4, so this is going to be a 3s. So all but 1. And so this is -1? Yeah, -1. So this is just standard saves, and in fact they're on 2+ save because they've got the camo cloak. So that is 1 dead. That is 1 dead trooper. Getting through them. But that is the Predator tank. Let's see who else can see them. I think that Dreadnought there can possibly look up. Yeah, and he can see them up on that balcony. So the Dreadnought's got his heavy plasma cannon. Heavy plasma cannons get D6, so let's see how many shots he takes. He's overpowered. He's an angry Dread. So here comes Dready with, so we're going to be not doing anything super duper with them. I believe the standard one is just 7 anyhow. Could be 8. I doubt it's 9. 2 seconds. I just want to double check the heavy because there's so many plasma weaponry now. I'm not sure which ones gets what strength nowadays. Good job, I did check. So he gets D3, not D6. So that was a 6. That's I'm going to call it as 3. It is 7, so it will be. So firstly, we're going to be hitting on 4s because they're in cover. So 2 hits. So winning on 3s this time because it's strength 7 versus toughness 4. 1 hit, -3, but they get 2+ cover, so that just becomes -1. So this is a 4-up save. And that's a save. So the plasma cannon didn't do anything. Nothing else from that one. Okay, let's go over to who should we do next? He can't see anyone, so he's on his own business anyway. Oh, actually, I didn't roll to advance this guy, did I? So he's advancing 3. Right, I'll move him in a second. I'm just going to put that there because he's not doing anything, so I meant to advance him. What should we do for, I'm not going to do that next. Let's try the what we've got over here, some bikers. So the bikers got some rapid fire weaponry and they've got melter guns, so I think that's going to be the end of these infiltrators. We'll have a little look. We're still in tactical doctrine as well, so these are -1, so that does help everybody. So what have we got? 2, 4, that's 8, so that's 8, so that's 16. I haven't got enough dice, have I? That's 8. That's 5, I need 3 more. 3 more. Righto. So these are going to be hitting on, because they're obviously extremely close, so they're not using the terrain or anything anymore. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, get rid of those. Winding on 4s. That's pretty good. So this is going to be 4-up saves. 1 dead, 2 dead. That's 2 dead. Okay, that's the start. Let's try and get their charge a little closer. Okay, 2 inches. So we've got you got 2 melter guns? Yeah, we've got 2 melter guns and a heavy bolter. So let's do the melter guns first because they should finish well. There's 3 of them left. Let's try it. So hitting on 1, so that's 1 hit. Wounding on 2, that's a wound. -4, so no save, so D6 damage. For 1! Oh dear. I think they're going to spend a command point on that. There we go, 2 damage, that's 1 dead space room. Cool, so we've got the heavy bolter then. So this is going to be 3 shots, hitting on 3s. 1 hit, winning on 3. 1 wound, so -1. 4-up save, that's a save. Okay, so that's everybody's shot from them, so there's going to be some charging from them. Righty-ho. Potentially could shoot them with other troopers, but we'll have a look. So I'm going to have a little look now to see who's going to shoot what. I presume we're going to doing that Typhoon missile launcher because that's too dangerous to leave. It's got a multi-melter and a Typhoon missile launcher. Oh yeah, yes. Oh, actually, Raven God might have a chance. I am running out of shots now. Okay, have to have a think. Have to have an iron hands think. I think I'm getting a hang of this beast now. Okay, so I think I've decided which shots are going to go where. So we've got the macro plasma, which has got D6 shots. That's going to go into the Invictus Warsuit. We've got the heavy Gatling onslaught. That's going to go into the Typhoon, along with the Icarus rocket pod. We've got the Iron Hail Stubbers. They're going to go into these guys. And then he's got the Frag Storm Launcher and Storm Bolters are going to go into these guys. See, I'm remembering. It's not that I just had a look at the book at all. We'll do the Macroplasma first. So this is against the Invictus Warsuit. The Invictus Warsuit is over 18 inches away and does get a +1 save, so it has got a 2-up save at the moment. Right then, so how many shots? Just the one. Okay. One shot hitting on. So he's got Blessing from the Tech Marine again. So he would be hitting on 3s as usual. But with Quillen, he gets 2. And so it's an automatic hit, I think. But we'll see if we get a 1. No, it's a hit. Okay, so this is going to be Strength 8 versus Toughness 6. So this is wounding on 3. Yeah, it's a wound. So -3, I believe, for that one. Let's have a double check on that one. I'm still not entirely sure. I'm sure it's not. No, it's a -4. So it's -4. So it shouldn't have a save. But because he's over 12 inches away, 18 inches away even, he's going to get a 6-up save, which he doesn't make. And that is going to be 2 wounds, I believe. Is it 2 wounds for the Macro? Yep, you get 2 off. So the Warsuit is down to 5 wounds. Right, so that's nice and easy. Okay, so the Warsuit still survives that one. Let's see if the Typhoon, the Land Speeder survives anything. So we've got, I think it's 8 shots coming in from the Heavy Onslaught. So the Heavy Onslaught is a Strength 6 -1, 1. So lots and lots of shots from this one. Alright, I've got 8 shots there. Okay, so this is going to be hitting on 2s again, because it usually hits on 3, but the Blessing gives an +1 to your rolls, so if I roll 2s, so all of those hit. So this is Strength 6, Toughness 6, I believe, yeah, because they're a bit tougher than Bike, so 4s. So I don't think he'll kill it. So this is only a -1, and he's not within range, so that's fine. So this is going to be 4-up saves. So that is 2 off the Land Speeder. So I think the Land Speeders get something like 6, but I'm just going to write a note because I'm not finished with him yet. So 2 off it so far. So Icarus Rocket Pod gets D3 for 1 shot. So this is strength set. So see if it hits first. He doesn't. He misses. Hang on, does he miss? Yes, he does miss. Okay, it's because that's not the standard one. So was that it? Yeah. That was it. I wasn't going to fire anything else from that. The rest is going against infantry, so I've got to stick to my guns, and that's actually part of the rules. So they get a ridiculous amount of Iron Hail Stubbers. So I think it's like 12 shots from the Iron Hail Stubbers. So I'll best put the life on that one. So 2 seconds while I just do the life. But yeah, these Iron Hail Stubbers are going to go into the Scouts, I believe. Right, hi, so this is against the Scouts. So yeah, it was only 6 wounds for the Land Speeder, so he's down to 4 wounds left. So this is going to be hitting on 3s because they're over 18 inches away. 12 inches away, sorry, because they're infantry. And they're in cover. Plus they have camo cloaks, so they're going to get an extra 2 to their save. So they're on 2+ save for these. So good luck to the Scouts on this one. There's a lot of shots coming in on. So this is 3, so... Okay, so this is strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s. Right, so it's -1, so they should be on a 5+ save, but they've got 2 extra saves because they're in cover, and they've got camo cloaks, so this is going to be 3-ups. And 1, 2, that is 3 dead Scouts because they all only have 1 wound. Okay, that was relatively a lot better. So that's dead Scouts. So I believe I've just got the Fragstorm launchers and the Storm Bolters left on that beast of a machine. So we do the 2 Fragstorm launchers first, D6, so 4 extra shots, and you get 4 for Storm Bolters. So hitting on what are we doing? Hitting on, they're over 12 inches away, so they're in light cover, so that's only a save, and they're not in terrain. So this is hitting on 3s. All but 1. Strength 4. So this is -1 though. That's not good. So 3 get through. This is at -1. They are over 12, so they will be getting cover. So this is the standard then. So this is 3s, and that is 1 dead trooper. Okay, cool. That was pretty good for the Repulsor Executioner. I didn't quite finish off the vehicles though, but we will be able to take some points. So the next bit is going to be charging, because we need to take that point to get Dominion and to get the victory point. So it does mean, well, if we do charge and get them, we will get that point and Dominion because we have more models on it. But it's always good to kill the people on the point as well. Right, back in a second once I've done some moving around and getting rid of all these dice. Right, see ya. Okay, last bit of shooting before charging. We've got these 2 aggressors going to be splitting some shots up on these 2. So we'll see how many shots they get first. So they get 2d6 extra shots. So 2. So that's 12. They get 12 altogether, so that's 14 altogether. Right, I'm going to grab some dice. Okay, we're going to split the shots then. So it's going. They're within 12. Oh, well, yeah. No, the Invictus. the Invictus Warsuit's over 12, so he'll get a cover save. So the -1 won't carry for that. Anyway, so we're going to do this against the Space Marine first. So this is hitting on 3s. All but 1. Wounding on 4s. 3 of those. And this is a -1, so 2 4-up saves. So he's down to 1 wound left. He's still alive. Okay, and against the Invictus Warsuit then. So see if he can plink any off him. So hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. 2 of those. And this is -1, but because he's over the 4, it's back to 3 again. Managed to plink 1 wound off. Okay. See, it's kind of effective. So I'll sort of win it, so there's that. So now I've got to roll for the bikers and move them in, and I'll go do some morale checks. So I'll come back to you when the charges are either, well, they're definitely going to be in, so I'll come back to you with the fight phase. Right then, Rumble in the Jungle. We've got 2 infiltrators versus a bike squad. So the sergeant there's got a Thunderhammer, and we've got just some standard punchy marines that's going to drive by them and punch them in the face. So we'll do the Thunderhammer first. So Thunderhammer is unwieldy, so this is going to be hitting on 4s. So we've got 2 hits with the Thunderhammer. That's all we need. This is going to be wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. So this is -3, I believe. So this is going to be 6-up saves. One save, and I think it's 3 damage apiece. So that is 1 dead Space Marine. Okay, and then we've got, I believe, you've got 3 for the attack bike and then 2 piece for each Space Marine. So hitting on 3s, those. And no -1s because we're still in tactical, so they haven't got, I don't know, piercing fists. I don't know how it works. So this is winning on 4s. That's 2. And the saves on 3s. That's 2 saves. Okay, so that is them. So they get to fight back. So there's only 1 Space Marine left. He's been charged. He gets 2 punch backs. So he hits once, and he's wounding on 5. He wounds, and they're saving on 3. And they're saved. Okay, so that's all of them. So that just places jammed up then. So the only thing we've got left is a morale check for this dude. So he lost 2 buddies. So he's got to check you out. So 2 plus... that's 7, and he's a sergeant, so it's 8. It's fine. What have we got? We've got sergeant over there, so he lost 2 buddies as well. He's fine. And anybody else lose any buddies? Oh yeah, you lost your buddy, didn't you? You lost a lot of buddies. So do you run away at the end? So he lost, I think, like 3. He's fine. Okay, so everybody stands where they are. I believe that's absolutely everything then. So let's see how they do. So the Iron Hands now control that one. So that's 5 victory points, and they control that one. Not quite near that one over there. He needs to shuffle off. I wish the advance had got there. But so you've got Dominion, and we've got 10 points. So I believe Dominion gives them 3 victory points, and that's 10. So that is 13 altogether. The Warlord still isn't on the field, but the 3 vehicles they've claimed as holy, should we say, is that one and the 2 dreadnoughts. So they will be winning 15 victory points at the end of the game if these models survive. So they're doing quite well for the Iron Hands. The Raven Guard could bring it back. They've still got 2 big sluggers. We've got the Invictus Warsuit. We do have the Typhoon Missile, and we still have 2 of a Las Fusel. So there is still some heavy weapons on the field. We'll see what happens in where are we at? Raven Guard turn 4. Shaky camera. Okay, Raven Guard turn 4, I believe. So we had the reinforcements turn up, who basically teleported away in the previous turn. They've come back away, and they've brought their captain. So they've deployed deep into the enemy territory. There is a dreadnought over there that can see them, but they are in cover, and the squad will be covering the captain. Essentially, during their they're going to be performing an action, essentially both of them. I did double check, the captain can perform it as well. So I've got 1 performing an action and 2 performing an action. So that should give me a few victory points if 1 or 2 of them get through. So that's pretty cool. What else do we do? We move the Invictus Warsuit. He leapfrogged over this infiltrator into battle. So he's going to try and take on the aggressors, and failing that, celebrating that? Doing that, he's going to try and punch up the Repulsor Executioner if that isn't destroyed in this turn. So we had the infiltrator here. He fell back to back up the Vindicare. So it's just these 2 standing in this lovely thicket against 4, I believe. Yeah, we've got 4 bikers. So the Vindicare is probably going to pop some shots off and even charge into battle because he's got some ridiculous hand-to-hand. I think he's got a strength 5 pistol. And yeah, it's pretty good. So we'll do that. What else we got? We got no movement up here. They're all just still holding the line up there. So we're going to be setting off a Smite and Soul Sight again for that. Smite and Soul Sight. Nice to remember. And the not limping, but certainly injured land speeder took position against this building. So las cannons can't destroy it. And he's going to try and finish off this repulsor. So I think first things first, we'll do the soul stuff, psychic stuff. So we're going to do smite. So the closest unit is the aggressors there. So this is going off on a 5, and that's a super smite. So this is D6 mortal wounds, and that is 4 mortal wounds. So that is that's the dead aggressor squad. Fantastic. Oh, they do get to shrug though. So let's see that. And they want 6s. There we go, 2 there. So one's dead and one's got 2 wounds remaining. That's something for the Invictus to shoot at. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to move those. Oh, let's do the Soul Sight then. So this is on 6. Excellent, so that's manifested. So that means I can reroll hits for my Las Fusel. Brilliant. I'm going to move all those things around and we'll come back to some shooting. So we'll see if we can try and finish off this Repulsor Executioner then. So we've got a multi-melter, which is in within 12. So that was, I think it's in within 12. Let's get this out. Oh, sorry camera people. If this is in 12, then this is extra 2 shots. Yeah, so this is plus 2 to the D6. So this could do it. Right then, so 2 shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits, that's really good. Wounds on 4s. 1 wound, so it's -4. There's no save for it at all, so it's D6 plus 2. I don't have any command points to reroll it, so that is 3 damage. So that is down to 2. Oh, he's got a, you can shrug those, so 3 shrugs. No, he doesn't shrug those, so he's down to 2 wounds. Okay, it's getting there. So Typhoon Missile Launcher from the land speeder into it, so 2 hits on 3s. That's 2 wounds. 4s again. 2 fails. Okay, so the Repulsor is still there. What else can we do with that Repulsor? We've got the Las Fusel. The Las Fusel can see it. So we've got the sight on it, and so he's hitting on 2s, and he's got reroll 1s, and he's got +1, so he's automatically wounding, hitting. So there's 2, that's wounds. It's 9, so this is wounding on 3s. You need this one. I've got no rerolls, so come on, special roll. That's 6, that's a wound. So that's -3. So it does get a save. So this is going to be a 6-up save. That is a 3, and that is 3 damage. So if I can shrug 2 of these, I can save the Repulsor. The Repulsor is down. Repulsor is down. Does it explode on a 6? It explodes! It explodes! Yay! This is what we live for in battle reports. So I've got to check the rules because I think it's slightly larger than most vehicles, and I've got 2 units and I've got a Tech Marine behind it. Woohoo! Really wasn't expecting that. So it's 6-inch range, and it's D6 mortal wounds to each unit. So this is, well, the Tech Marine is dead essentially. So he's got to roll, attempt to roll. Well, yeah, he's dead. 1 day Tech Marine. So this is for the captain. That's 4 mortal wounds. Shrug any. Shrugged 1. So 3 for the captain and 1 dead Tech Marine. And we have an aggressor. 3 mortal wounds. Can you shrug any? No, 1 dead aggressor. And finally the dreadnought. 2 mortal wounds. So that's 1 because they shrug. They're actually down to 1. And can he shrug it? He doesn't, so the dreadnought's down 1. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm going to do some totaling up and see what else I got left to fire. But that was pretty successful, fantastic, and that big lump of metal is gone. Haha. Right then, I'll come back in when we've got. I'll figure out what we've got left to shoot with. Not much left to shoot with, I imagine. So no more Repulsor Executioner, and that's how the board remains. So I've got no more aggressors there. So I've done some measuring up. The only things I've got left to fire are my. He's not going to fire, he's not within range really or anything. I've got my Invictus Warsuit, and I've got a Vindicator Assassin. So we'll do the Invictus Warsuit first. So the Invictus can actually reach the captain there with all the way through there with his Incendium Cannon. So this is going to be 2d6 hits, so let's try that one. That's a big 10. That's a big 10. This could be a cooked captain. So that's one more. So I'll do it all over. Right then, so it's a bit weird because he's basically a chapter master. He's got something called the Angel Artifact. So he has Gravis Armor, which is 5 toughness, but he's got extra toughness, so he is strength 6. So this is automatic hits of 10 hits, but it is wounding on 5s. So he is in good armor. So we have got a few. You can't reroll anything, so he has got 4 through. So this is -1, and it gives the captain has got a 2-up save. So this is 3 saves. There we go. So that's 1. And can he shrug the 1? He can't. Okay, so that is 1 off the captain there. So that's down to 5 now. So I think we're going to continue with this. Are we? No, I think that's the only thing we're going to do with that. The rest is going to go into the Dreadnought, which is up the top there. I could potentially shoot that one there as well. But actually I will do, because I've got a land speed around the corner there that could potentially deal with that Dreadnought, and I've got these guys here positioned, so that seems to be the closest target. Right then, so we'll do 3 heavy bolters shots into the venerable Dreadnought, which is there. So hits on 3s, so that's 2 hits. This is going to be wounding on 5s, 1 wound, -1 against, so that's going to be a 4-up save. That's a fail, so that's 2 damage, but it's actually 1 damage for venerable dreadnoughts, because it's shrug 1, and you can shrug on a 6, which doesn't, so that's 1 off the dread there. Okay, so he's down to 6 now. What else we got? I've got the twin hail cannons, so this is basically bolt guns, yeah, it's assault bolt gun, auto, you know what I mean, you will in a second. So I've got 8 shots, and it's -1, strength 4 against that dreadnought, so we're going to be hitting on 3s. No, don't want you. So that's 4 hits, sorry. So this is 5s. Nothing. Okay. And you've got the frag launcher, which can't hit everything. So that is that. Nothing else to be done with the Invictus Warsuit. Oakley dokley. The last thing that can shoot is the Vindicator Assassin. So he's going to take his sniper rifle and aim at the biker squad. So I think this is going to be 2s and 2s. No, it's going to be 2s and then 4s, because they're not infantry, they're bikers. So hitting on 2, he fails anyway. Okay, so that destroys that problem. Okay, so we've got a little bit of charging. The only charging we're going to do is actually going to be the Vindicator. So he's going to charge into that group and see if he can deal with them hand to hand, because he has got a few attacks and he's got a particularly powerful pistol. So he's in. He's definitely in. So I'm going to reread what the Vindicator and what he's got to do and see if he can take down this bike squad. This might have been a bit silly, but they were going to charge him or shoot him anyway, so he would have been dead anyhow. So let's see if he can kill a few of them anyhow. So he's got weapon skill. He's got 5 attacks, weapon skill 2, and he's using a strength 4 -3 pistol with, I think it's D3 damage. Let's have a look over here. Yeah, D3 damage. So he might be able to kill these bikers. So hitting on 2s, we've got 4 hits. So wounding on 5s, 2 wounds. So this is -3. So they've got a 6-up save, 2 fails, and D3 apiece. So first biker, I think we've got 1 on 2. 1 dead biker, and next biker, and 2 damage off another one. That's pretty good. I'm just going to move them, and then they're going to have their hit back. Right then, the bikers are going to hit back against the Vindicator. So 2 hits with the Thunderhammer, hitting on 4s. 1 hit. This is going to be wounding on 2s. That's a failed wound. Okay, so that's the Sergeant line. We are. Which doctrine are we in? We're still in tactical. No, we should be. Yeah. We're in combat. That doesn't matter because it's not his turn. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, we're not on 4th turn yet, so we're still in tactical. So no minuses for hand-to-hand combat. Right, and it's going to be 3 for the bikers, hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits. 4s to wound. 2 wounds. This is at 0, so this is going to be a save of. He's got a 4. He's got a 4 invulnerable. 2 saves. Okay, so only a biker died, and the Vindicator survived the attack back. So I think that's the end of their Raven Guards turn 4. So let's have a look what they got. So they're still holding this one. They're not holding that one. But they have performed. But that will be in the next phase, I believe. I have to look that up. But I think that's they have to wait till my command. So they've got an opportunity to get them off the map. But they can win some command points in a bit. But I have got 5 victory points for that one. And that is all. So not the highest round, but we did get to destroy the Repulsor Executioner, and that's probably more important. And we haven't got a Tech Marine anymore who can fix any more machines, because they have got 3 more vehicles on the thing. So the Iron Hands are going to have a bit of a think now, have a bit of a move around, and we're going to come back in Iron Hands turn 4. So the Iron Ghost turn 5. They've got a lot of vehicle on the table, but unfortunately they just can't move it that far. I mean, the Predator can, but he's sort of staying out of the way because he doesn't want to get blown up. And the Venerables are alright, but yeah, they are running out of troops very, very quickly. There's only limited shots they can take now. So we're going to try and deal with the vehicles. That's the main problem, which they're going to foresee if they're going to continue this game. So we're going to do some twin. So we've got ourselves lined up, so we can just about see the tail of the land speeder there. So we're going to shoot all our Dakar at those. So it's going to be lots of help. So we'll do the twin lads first. So hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits. This is going to be wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. -3, so 6 up save. So there's that, and d6 damage apiece. And that is 1 dead land speeder. Badoom. So I did opt to shoot the bolters at that. So unfortunately, they're just going to go wanting anymore. Not much huge at the rest of the targets. I should have really not. Actually, I'm going to be fair to them and say I knew the las cannon was going to do that. So I'm going to opt for the rest of my shots at the top up there. So that's going to go towards the Eliminator, unfortunately. Because he is the sole unit up there, so he will take all the shots. So these are 2 lots of heavy bolters. He's wholly in a terrain piece, so this is going to be hitting on 4s. So one shot. So it wasn't exactly overkill. 5 vs 4, so wounding on 3s. That's a wound, so -1, but still in combat. And so this is going to be a 3 up save. That's a save. Okay, so those bolts didn't really do much anyway. Okay, so we've got 1 dead land speeder, so we'll remove that as a casualty. I guess we're going to go for yeah, Dreadnought versus Dreadnought. That's a pretty cool shot, isn't it? So we've got D3, D3 shots, 2 shots, hitting on 2s because he's venerable. 1 shot. Strength 7 versus toughness 6, so this is going to be 3s. And that's a fail. Okay, so I don't think he's got anything within 12 with his heavy flamer. He can't do anything there. Let's just remove you. Look at me, I'm multitasking. I'm multitasking! So we've got those guys at the end. The captain certainly can't do anything, but the heavy plasma gun can. Once again, they're in terrain, so they'll be getting the dense cover. So to see how many heavy plasma guns... I want to shoot the Dreadnought again. The Dreadnought's going to cause me trouble now, but yeah, if I want to kill them, definitely, because they're going to start causing victory points. 2 shots, hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits. Oh no, hitting on 3s because they're in dense cover. Because he hits on 2s as standard, but it's -1 because they're in dense cover, so that is only 1 hit. So this is going to be wounding on 3s. That's a wound. -3. That's standard, so it should be a 6 up save, but they're in dense cover, so they get a 5 up save. And it fails. So that is 1 dead Space Marine. So it hasn't quite wiped the unit. Okay, I think that is it, unfortunately, for them. There's going to be no charge and such. But they do hold Dominion and they do hold 2 objective points, so that's pretty cool. Oh no, we've got what we're going to do. So they fell back. They can't do anything, actually. So yeah, they can't even charge. So that's it for them. Yeah, that's it for everyone. So I'm just going to figure out the points, and that was a very, very quick turn for the Iron Hands. So we'll come back in turn 5, I think. There's any charge? No, so you can't charge those. No, that's it. So we'll come back for Raven Guard turn 5. Righty ho, we're on the Raven Guard turn 5, and probably one of the last turns I would have thought. So I just did some rereading, and you can't have 2 infantry units performing an action, which I was a bit dubious about captain performing the action anyway. So I get 5 victory points at the beginning of this round because they've performed their action, and essentially I'm going to make them perform the action again. So they're now undergoing their second action, so they're just going to sit there essentially. So that Dreadnought's going to have to do something. Is he going to leave that point? Is he going to destroy the Warlord? Ooh, decisions. So there's not much else really. There's not much left on the board. Everything's been absolutely annihilated. I'm going to look forward to doing some like smoke and some channeled and broken up vehicles and some body piles. So indicates like sort of a really destroyed battlefield. But for the time being, yeah, this will have to do. So they did get 15 points, the Iron Hands, in the last one because they do control that. So I'll have to do something about that first. So knocking over trees. Ugh, these trees, I need to put some weights or something on them. Right, we're going to do some smiting. So 5 for smite. That's a smite and D3 mortal wounds. That's 1 mortal wound. And can they shrug it? They can't. That is 1 dead biker. Cool. So we're going to put the soul sight again on my soul eliminator there. So on a 6, that goes off, so he can re-roll his hits. That's pretty cool. And obviously he's got target priority, so that's plussing 1 to his hit as well. So we'll do that in a second. So what's next then? We'll do this since we're there, and we're going to do this Las Fusel against that Venerable Dreadnought down there. Okay, so this is going to be hitting automatically pretty much, so that'll be +1 and rerun, so that's a hit. This is strength 9 versus toughness 7, so this is wounding on 3. I do have a command point. Should I pay for a command point at this point in time? Yeah, I've put so much on it. So I'm using my last command point. There we go, that's a hit. So this is -3, so this is a 6-up save. Fails, so that is 3 damage, but because he's a dreadnought, that's down to 2 because you reduced to 1, and shrugging on 6s. So that's 1 wound off the dreadnought. Righty ho, I'm going to change the command point, and then we're off to the Invictus Warsuit, who's going to try and finish off this dreadnought. It looks like it's going to have to go mono a mono. We'll empty every bit of ammunition we have at it, and we'll see what happens. We'll deal with the boring stuff, I think, first. So we've got this guy who's been standing still, so he's going to shoot at the bikers. So he gets 2 hits on 6, automatically wounding on 6s, and he can reroll once because the captain's back and the lieutenant is still there. The comms unit, so I think he's the lone. No, there's 2 infiltrators left. So that's 2 hits. So wounding on 5s. That's 2 wounds. Fantastic. It's back to 0, so this is 3-up saves. And 2 saves. Okay, back to the infiltrator there, doing exactly the same. So 2 shots, 2 hits, wounding on 5s, 1 wound, and saves on 3 saves. Okay, so that's the infiltrators. So we'll do the Vindicator then. So the Vindicator is going to shoot his rifle into the bike squad. So this is going to be hitting on 2. Typical. He is not having any luck today. Right then, so we'll go to the Invictus Warsuit then. I'll go on the other side actually, I've got more space that way. And my dice are over this way. So 2d6 are Incendium cannons at the Dreadnought. So that is 9 automatic hits, so 7 more dice please. Cool. So this is wounding on 5s, because it's strength 5, toughness 7. 1. -1, so this is a 4-up save, and that is one damage. Can he shrug it? He can't, so that is another damage off that one. 6 wounds remaining. We have got more guns on that, so let's see what else we can fire at it. We've got the twin hail things, so that's 8 shots, I believe. Yep. Right, so hitting on 3s, or 4s actually, should I say, because he's injured now. So there's those. And we're going to be wounding on 5s. 2 wounds at least. Okay, that's minus. So this is going to be 4-up save. And can he shrug that one? He can't. So that's another wound down. Righto, down to 5. Getting there slowly but surely. What are we at? 5. Cool. Right. Fragstorm launcher. 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounds on 5s. No wound. Right, I think that's all the guys. Oh, I got the twin bolter. The heavy bolter in his hand. So hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on 5. No, fails. Okay, I think that's all the shots I've got. So we're going to do some charging now. So presumably these 2 are going to charge in. So we're going to have the Vindicator charging in. He's in. We've got the infiltrator. He's in. We've got the Invictus Warsuit. He's in. And that's the charges then. Okay, we'll do some fighting then. Back in a second. Right, we'll get the boring ones done first. So we'll do the Infiltrator. So he gets 2 attacks as standard, plus another one for charging in. So this is going to be hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Can you reroll once? No, he's not. He's no. Oh yeah, he can. Yeah, he's an Infiltrator. He can reroll once. Yeah, that's 3 hits. Cool. So wounding on 5s, but rerolling ones. Cool, 2 wounds, and this is -1, so it's 4-up saves. 1 wound off a bike. Cool, so that's going to be down to 2. Or it could be, yeah, let's do the attack bikes, that's down to 3, because I'm going to leave the sergeant to the end. So this is going to be for the Vindicator. So the Vindicator gets 5 attacks. It's a strength 4 weapon, unfortunately, so it's not that effective against bikes. So hitting on 2s, so that's those, and wounding on 5s. Only 1 this time, so it's -3, 6-up save. And a save. Okay, so nothing there, but that's pretty good because that means the that guy can't shoot me up. That's pretty cool. Right, let's go to the fun one. This is where it's the real fun. So we've got Giant Dread versus Tiny Dread, but I feel like the Tiny Dread will absolutely smash them if he doesn't do the damage. So I believe the Invictus Warsuit has 4. I believe they got 4 attacks, but it will have the Angels of Death. So that's another attack. Oh, I've got it on the right page. Yes. So he gets 5 attacks, and this is going to be. Well, his weapon skill's a bit down now because he's down to 4 wounds. So he's going to be hitting on 4s, unfortunately, this time. Let's go over here, I guess. Right then. So, hitting on 4s. That's pretty good. He's got 3 hits. So this is Strength 14 versus Toughness 7. So this is wounding on 2s. 2 wounds, -3, but it isn't combat doctrine, so this is -4, so no save. So what is the actual damage on an Invictus Warsuit? If it's 3, so that's 6. So that could destroy him. So he's got to shrug some. I need another dice. Where's another dice? No, I'm going to have to mix dice. The savagery. Right. He is 1 dead. Dreadnought. Oh, hang on. No, because he gets -1 on each of them anyway, so they become 2. Hang on, let's do this again. So, yeah, so each hit is 3 apiece, but because he's Dreadnought, they become 2 apiece. So he gets 4 damage, so he should be alright, and now he's going to shrug those. So he's got 3, so he's down to 2 wounds. Okay, that makes more sense. Righty-ho. And to be fair, he should have paid to interrupt, really, as well. Things to remember, man. Right, so the Dreadnought's got rushed, so he's gonna fight back now. So he's hitting on 2s. They're all hits, and so this is going to be wounding on 2s. Hang on, 7 times 2 is 7 to 14, and he is so this is it's 2s. All but 1. And this is -4 as well, so no save. So that is 3s, and that is 1 dead Invictus Warsuit. So explodes on 6, no explosion, and so the Dreadnought wins that battle. Brilliant, that's quite fun. But there's 2 left on it, so the last few up there might be able to finish it off. Right ho, I think that's the end of the match. So we're gonna have a look at this one. There's now 2 models on that, so no one holds Dominion over that one. So I don't think anybody holds that. They've got that originally. So I'm going to do some adding up, and we'll come back to you on the Iron Ghosts, aka the Iron Hands, turn 5. So here we are on potentially the final turn, I think. So we had a bit of movement. We had the Predator move up to take more pot shots at the top guys up here, because he's the only one really can reach out and get them. These guys fell back and spent a command point so they can fire. So they're going to open fire on those 2 and clear that area. That Dreadnought's got a clear shot at that Space Marine, so I consider him toast. And so does that one, but they're going to be aiming at these one. Again, we're running out of Space Marines and running out of things to fire with. So let's do this Dreadnought first then. So we're going to aim it at the Space Marines down here. So D3 shots. 2 shots, hitting on 2s. There's the captain right behind me, so I can re-roll, and I'm cool. Cool. So that's 2 hits. So wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. -3, but they're in cover, so that's down to -2. So that's 5 up saves. 1 dead Space Marine. Okay, that's, yep. And that is everything on that point. So they're still technically out, but if it's the end of the point, we'll see how it goes. Right, so again, we're going to do the heavy plasma gun into that Space Marine. 3 hits. Hitting on 2s. All hit. Winding on 3s. Can't reroll any of those, so that's 1. So this is -1. He's got light cover, so he gets a 6 up save. 5 up save? It's -3. Yeah. Doesn't save him. And that's 1 dead Space Marine. Okay. You did. Right then. So we're going to go over to the bikers now and see what they can deal out. So we've got Heavy Bolter. Heavy Bolter's going into... so let's do the bolt, the twin bolt guns first. So that's going to be 2, 4, so it's 8 shots. So this is going against the Space Marine. So this is just dash, unfortunately. So there's no armor penetration on this one. Hitting on 3s then. And that's not very good. That's not very good at all. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. Oh, and I did, yeah, we did some smashback, and the sergeant did manage to damage the assassin. That was pretty good. Saving on 3. That's safe. Okay, so you got the heavy bolter. So the heavy bolter is going to go against. Who should we go against? We'll see the shot. Let's say 2 into the assassin and 1 into the space marine. So 2 against assassin, 2 misses, and 1 against the space marine. That's a hit. Wounds on 3. That's this. Okay. Right then. So we'll do the what we're going to play. I think it's probably more important we shift these guys because they're not going to do much at all. Okay. Yeah, I should have fallen back into a position where that was 3 inches away. Oh well. So 6 heavy bolters. So let's do 2 into the space marine and 4 into the Vindicator. So 2 into the space marine, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds, -1, so 4 up saves, and 1 dead space marine. Okay. And we've got the 4 against the Vindicator, so hitting on 3s. All hit, because he's not in terrain or anything. Oh, is it 4s? But that's still all hits. So that's going to be 5 against, so that's just winning on 3s. 2 wounds, and this is a 4 up invulnerable save. Both save. Okay, so it's going to be the twin las cannon against the, well, he's got the twin heavy bolter, so that's going to go against the Vindicator. Storm bolter, hitting, so this is, what is it? 2 shots? Yeah, 2 shots because rapid fire. 1 hit. Wounds on 4. Wounds. 4 up save. Save. Okay. Twin lads against the guys at the top, so it's still against the Eliminator. 1 hit. Wounds on a 2. Wounds. -3, but they're in cover, so it's a 6 up save. 4 up save. Dead. Well. Yeah, dead. Cool. And 1 Eliminator dead. Righto. So I think that is everything. And I'm just going to have a little look around and I'll see if there's any point having another turn. I'll see what the points are looking like and see how everyone's doing. Right, I'll be back in a second. Well, if I've got any chance of winning, I've got to charge that Vindicator and get in control of that position. So let's charge them. They're in. Cool. So they technically will control that, but let's see if we kill the Vindicator. The Vindicator's only on 2 wounds left. So they're in position. So let's do the Sergeant first then. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. Not a 1, okay. Not helpful at all there. Then we got the attack bike's got 3. It's 1 hit, 3 hits, sorry. Wounding on 4s, all wounds. So this is dash -1, so it's 4 up save. So any 2s or 3s or 1s, 2 of them really. He's got 1 wound remaining, so he gets to fight back now. So this could end up being very bad for them. Well, not really. It hasn't done much damage to them yet. It's wounding them is the problem. Hitting them on 2s. So 3 hits. Wounding them on 5s. There you go. See, that's the problem with it. Right then, so they do come on that control point, but he isn't dead yet, and so no one can shoot him yet. So that's fine. So they get 5 for that one. They get 5 for that one and 5 for that one, and they get Dominion as well, so that's 15 plus 3. Haven't killed a Warlord, they still got their troops left, and I think we're probably going to call it there. Yeah, there's not much else you can do. I've got what? There's 2 characters there. All the characters survived, and I've got 1 Space Marine. Yep, so I think we'll put a pin in there, and I'll come back to you the final scores. Right then, the final scores then. So on turn 5, there was no way the Jungle Race were going to bring it back because I was just total their bits up there. It's 43 points to 72. They did alright with the primary, but they started losing it, as you can tell, towards the end of the game, whereas the Iron Ghost sort of picked them up. The Wild West Stand would have been important because if they took down the vehicles, they could have took that 10 away, but they're only in 1653. There's no actual gain on them. Should have got the repair the teleporter. That should have been 5 extra. But essentially, yeah, the Iron Ghost really ran a good domination in the whole game. The Repulsor being alive for the majority of the time and causing everybody a headache was definitely definitely a good idea. So Iron Ghost, Iron Hand people should definitely run around giant fortresses like that. I just don't think the Jungle Race had enough heavy weapons to take down these larger vehicles. And when they had lots of rerolls and shrugs, and yeah, it was quite a it was a good game. I'm glad some of the Jungle Race survived, but unfortunately their sneaky tactics couldn't just outrightly beat the Iron Ghost sort of dominating tactics. Right, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I'm going to have to tidy all this up now, and then I'm going to figure out a way to edit this and to go into a way that isn't so... Because on my screen it looks really, really glitchy, but on the computer it looks alright. So anyway, I've got some editing to do, and I've got some cooking to do. Right, everybody, have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Peace!